ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಆಶ್ರಮದ ಈ ಸುಂದರವಾದಂಥ ಪರಿಸರಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಂಥ ತಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಬಯಸ್ತಾ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದವರು ಕೂಡ ಇರಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ ಈ ಹಿಂದೆ ಕೂಡ ಈ ಆಶ್ರಮದ ಪರಿಸರಕ್ಕೆ ಭೇಟಿಯನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟವರು ಕೂಡ ಇರಬಹುದು. ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಠ, ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಿಷನ್ ಮಂಗಳೂರು. ಇದು ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಠ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ 1947ರಂದು ಆರಂಭಿಸಲಾಯಿತು. ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಿಷನ್ ಶಾಖೆಯನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಆರಂಭಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಬೇಡಿಕೆಗಳು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಗ 1951ರಂದು ಹಿಂದೂ ಸೇವಾ ಸಂಘದ ಆಗಿನ ಗೌರವ ಕಾರ್ಯದರ್ಶಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದಂತಹ ದಿವಂಗತ ಸಾವ್ಕಾರ್ ಎಂ ವೆಂಕಟೇಶ್ ಪೈ ಅವರಿಂದ ಈ ಮಂಗಳಾದೇವಿ ರಸ್ತೆಯಲ್ಲಿನ ಈಗಿರುವ 7 ಎಕರೆ ವಿಸ್ತೀರ್ಣದ ಪ್ರದೇಶವನ್ನು ಅವರು ದಾನವಾಗಿ ನೀಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂದಿನಿಂದ ಇಂದಿನವರೆಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಮಠದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿತ್ಯ ಪೂಜೆ, ಸಾಮೂಹಿಕ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ, ವಾರದ ಉಪನ್ಯಾಸಗಳು, ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ವೇದಾಂತ ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯದ ಪ್ರದರ್ಶನ, ಮಾರಾಟ, ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಬಾಲವೃಂದಗಳು, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿಯ ಶಿಬಿರಗಳು, ಅದು ಯೋಗಾಸನ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮ ಶಿಬಿರ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಸಾಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಕ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳು, ಹೀಗೆ 10 ಹಲವು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳು ನಿರಂತರವಾಗಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಬಾಲಕಾಶ್ರಮ ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಬಡ ಪ್ರತಿಭಾವಂತ ಹೈಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗಾಗಿ ಉಚಿತ ಹಾಸ್ಟೆಲ್, ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ತರಬೇತಿ ಕೇಂದ್ರ, 5ರಿಂದ 9ನೇ ತರಗತಿಯ ಬಡ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಉಚಿತ ತರಬೇತಿ ಕೇಂದ್ರ, ಶಾರದಾ ಗ್ರಂಥಾಲಯ, ಬಡ ಪ್ರತಿಭಾವಂತ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ವೇತನ ವಿತರಣೆ, ಹೀಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿಯ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ಅಭಿಯಾನದ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಬಂದಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆಗೊಂಡಂಥ ಒಂದು ಮಠ ದಿನದಿಂದ ಆರಂಭಿಸಿ ಕಳೆದ 7 ದಶಕಗಳಿಂದ ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ಬದ್ಧತೆಯ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿರುವಂಥ ಈ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಆಶ್ರಮ, ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಠಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಬಯಸ್ತಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಗೆಗಿನ ಒಂದು ವಿಟಿ ನಿಮಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಪ್ಲೇ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಬನ್ನಿ.
Welcome to Ramakrishna Mutt and Ramakrishna Mission Mangaluru. The Mutt organizes spiritual, religious and cultural activities, while the mission conducts social welfare activities. Sprawling across 7 acres of land, the ashram complex reflects an ambience of tranquility. This is a shrine dedicated to Sri Ramakrishna and a meditation and prayer hall where prayers and bhajans are held. Important Hindu festivals and birthdays of Sri Ramakrishna, Sri Shraddha Devi and Swami Vivekananda are celebrated and devotees are provided prasadam lunch. The Vivekananda Book World has a spacious book exhibition and sales counter. Panchamada Inchara Viveka Smriti is an annual music festival that provides a platform to the distinguished artists of the country to showcase their talent before the music lovers of Mangaluru. Ramakrishna Balavrinda is a Sunday school organized for the students of the neighborhood to inculcate spiritual, cultural and ethical values in them. Sharda Mahila Vrinda, a ladies group that meets once a week at the ashram to practice bhajans, chanting and the study of the scriptures. They also volunteer in the activities of the ashrama. Nivedita Balaga is the dedicated wing of volunteers who attend value education and personality development sessions. Prerana, a 3-day residential camp for rural youth, organized with the objectives of inculcating values and developing leadership skills. Summer camps conducted for students comprise many memorable sessions on personality development for the young participants. Bhava Sangama, Bhakta Samagama is an annual 3-day residential devotees convention Organized with the objectives of propagating the messages of the Holy Trio, our Balakashrama provides free accommodation and educational facilities to 70 students, boys belonging to economically backward families from rural areas. It trains them in the upkeep of the premises through gardening and campus cleaning activities. Vedic chanting releases stress and improves memory and concentration. Study time for the students is supervised by Swamiji. Prasadam lunch and evening playtime activities are a part of the day's program that aims to build self-reliance and a spirit of teamwork in the impressionable minds. The Ramakrishna Mission Mangaluru awards scholarships to needy students belonging to economically backward classes. The mission conducts a survey of the schools of the locality in order to support the education of children belonging to backward classes and low-income families. They are given free coaching and nutritious meals and milk in Swami Vivekananda Coaching Center. Ramakrishna Mission Mangaluru's flagship program, Swatch Mangaluru for Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, the program began with a rally of 2,000 students. 50 teams of volunteers under the leadership of the monks cleaned up the city by organizing 500 Shramadhan projects. They renovated public facilities, built new bus and auto shelters, put up hundreds of signposts and constructed small parks and footpaths. More than 2,000 cleanliness drive programs were organized in 100 villages under Swachh Gram Abhiyan for rural areas. 100 volunteers from every village took up Shramadhan projects on one Sunday of every month in their respective villages. Swachhata Janasampark Abhiyan events were organized every day at different residential layouts of the city. The volunteers organized awareness programs with the slogan, "Our garbage, our responsibility." The concept of pot composting for wet waste management was introduced by providing pot composters at subsidized rates to 5,000 households in Mangaluru. Organizing magic shows for cleanliness was an innovative way of spreading the message of cleanliness. 200 magic shows were organized by Kudroli Ganesh and his team at various venues in the city. Swachh Manas programs were organized in 100 schools in the city. A total of 10,000 students were given training on hygiene and cleanliness by 70 resource persons who visited these schools to train the students. More than 10,000 volunteers toiled relentlessly in the Abhiyan. 13,000 students worked as the warriors of cleanliness. Nearly 20 lakh man-hours were utilized in the Abhiyan. The volunteers visited more than 40,000 houses to create awareness among people regarding the disposal of wet and dry household garbage. Ramakrishna Mission set a unique precedent by initiating a new concept of Miyawaki urban forests in Mangaluru city.
ಮಂಗಳಾದೇವಿಯ ಸಮೀಪದಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಪರಿಸರ ಹೊಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸುಂದರವಾದ ಈ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಠಕ್ಕೆ ತಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಆಗಮಿಸಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿಯ ಕಾರ್ಯಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕೈಜೋಡಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿ ವಿನಂತಿ. ಇದು ನಮ್ಮೂರ ಮಠ, ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಠ, ಮಂಗಳೂರು.
Become Swami Vivekananda's messenger. Share the video with 3 of your friends.
ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಶುಭ ಮುಂಜಾನೆ. ಇರಬೇಕು ಇರುವಂತೆ ತೊರೆದು ಸಾವಿರ ಚಿಂತೆ, ಮಳೆ ಸುರಿಸಿ ಹಗುರಾದ ಮುಗಿಲಿನಂತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಬಿಸಿಲಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತು ತನ್ನ ಬಳಿ ಬರುವವಗೆ ತಣ್ಣಗಿನ ಆಸರೆಯ ನೆರಳು ಕೊಟ್ಟು, ಹೇಗೆ ಗೆಲುವಾಗುವುದೋ ಹಸುರೆಲೆಯ ಹೊಂಗೆ ಮರ, ಹಾಗೆ ಬಾಳಿಸು ಗುರುವೆ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಇಟ್ಟು, ಹಾಗೆ ಬಾಳಿಸು ಗುರುವೆ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಇಟ್ಟು. ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಠ, ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಿಷನ್ ಆಶ್ರಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಈ ದಿನ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರುವಂಥ ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾ 2024 ಸ್ನಾತಕೋತ್ತರ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ವಿಚಾರ ಸಂಕಿರಣ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ನಮನವನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತಾ, ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ನಿಜವಾದ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣವೆಂದರೆ ಅದು ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ತನ್ನ ಕಾಲ ಮೇಲೆ ತಾನು ನಿಲ್ಲುವಂತೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಜೀವನ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣಕ್ಕೆ, ಮನುಷ್ಯ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣಕ್ಕೆ, ಶೀಲ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣಕ್ಕೆ ಸಹಾಯಕವಾಗುವ ಭಾವನೆಗಳನ್ನು ರಕ್ತಗತ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ನಮಗೆ ಬೇಕು ಎಂದು ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಿಷನ್ ಆಧುನಿಕ ಯುವ ಪೀಳಿಗೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಜೀವನ ಮೌಲ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ತುಂಬಲು ವಿವಿಧ ಮೌಲ್ಯಾಧಾರಿತ ಶೈಕ್ಷಣಿಕ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ಹಮ್ಮಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದು, ಕಳೆದ 10 ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ವೃತ್ತಿಪರ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ಗಳ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು, ಸ್ನಾತಕೋತ್ತರ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು, ಅಧ್ಯಾಪಕರು, ಪ್ರಾಧ್ಯಾಪಕರಿಗಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ವಿವಿಧ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞಾ, ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾ, ಮೇಧ ಎಂಬ 3 ದಿನಗಳ ವಿಚಾರ ಸಂಕಿರಣಗಳನ್ನು ಆಯೋಜಿಸ್ತಾ ಬಂದಿದೆ. 1893ರಲ್ಲಿ ಚಿಕಾಗೋದಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆದ ವಿಶ್ವಧರ್ಮ ಸಂಸತ್ತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರ ಐತಿಹಾಸಿಕ ಭಾಷಣದ ಸ್ಮರಣಾರ್ಥ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಆಯೋಜಿಸಲಾಗಿದ್ದು, ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಮತ್ತು ಮಾನವ ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠತೆ ಎಂಬ ವಿಷಯದ ಮೇಲೆ ಚಿಂತನೆಗಳು, ವಿಚಾರ ಸಂಕಿರಣಗಳು ನಡೆಯಲಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ತಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಈ ವಿಚಾರ ಸಂಕಿರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಬಯಸ್ತಾ, ಪೂಜ್ಯರನ್ನು ಹಾಗೂ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳನ್ನು ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಈ ದಿನದ ವೇದಿಕೆಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂತಹ ಸಮಯ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಈ ದಿನದ ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಜಿತಕಾಮಾನಂದಜಿ, ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರು ಶ್ರೀ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಠ ಮಂಗಳೂರು, ಹಾಗೆ ಶ್ರೀ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಆತ್ಮಶ್ರದ್ಧಾನಂದಜಿ, ಕಾರ್ಯದರ್ಶಿಗಳು ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಿಷನ್ ಕಾನ್ಪುರ, ಹಾಗೆ ಶ್ರೀ ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಣೇಶ್, ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರು BISF ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಮಂಗಳೂರು, ಹಾಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಟನ್ ಗಣೇಶ್ ಕಾರ್ನಿಕ್, ಪೂರ್ವ ಸೇನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಿದವರು, ಹಾಗೆ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಿಶ್ರದ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಸ್ವಯಂ ಸೇವಕರಾದಂಥ ಇವರೆಲ್ಲರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆಯಿಂದ ವೇದಿಕೆಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ನೂರು ಗುಡಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ 100 ಹೆಸರಿನಲ್ಲಿ 100 ಆಕೃತಿ ವಿಲಾಸ ವೈಭವಗಳೊಂದಿಗೆ ನನ್ನಾರಾಧನೆಯನ್ನು ಯಾರು ಅಂಗೀಕರಿಪನೋ ಅವನೋರ್ವನಿಗೆ ನಮನ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಮಾತಿನಂತೆ ನಾವು ನಂಬಿಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿರುವಂತಹ ಸತ್ಯಗಳು, ಶಕ್ತಿಗಳು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಆಧರಿಸಲಿ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಆಶಯದೊಂದಿಗೆ ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ವೇದ ಮಂತ್ರ ಘೋಷ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಠದ ಬಾಲಕಾಶ್ರಮದ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಂದ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ತಾವು ಕೂತೇ ಇರಬೇಕಾಗಿ ತಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ತೇವೆ.
ಓಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ ಸಂಘಚ್ಛದ್ವಂ ಸಂವದದ್ವಂ ಸಂಭೋ ಮನಾಂಸಿ ಜಾನತಾಂ ದೇವಾ ಭಾಗೈ ಯಥಾ ಪೂರ್ವೇ ಸಂಜಾನಾನ ಉಪಾಸತೆ. ಸಮಾನೋ ಮಂತ್ರಃ ಸಮಿತಿಃ ಸಮಾನಿ ಸಮಾನಂ ಮನಃ ಸಹ ಚಿತ್ತಮೇಷಾಂ ಸಮಾನಂ ಮಂತ್ರಮಭಿಮಂತ್ರ ಏವ ಸಮಾನೇನ ಹವಿಷಾ ಜುಹೋಮಿ. ಸಮಾನೇವ ಆಕೋತಿಃ ಸಮಾನಾ ಹೃದಯಾನಿ ವಃ. ಸಮಾನಮಸ್ತು ವೋ ಮನೋ ಯಥಾ ವಸ್ಸು ಸಹಾಸತಿ. ಓಂ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ ತತ್ಸತ್. ಶ್ರೀರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣಾರ್ಪಣಮಸ್ತು.
ವಂದನೆಗಳು. ವೇದಿಕೆಯ ಮೇಲಿರುವಂಥ ಪೂಜ್ಯರನ್ನು, ಅತಿಥಿಗಳನ್ನು ಹಾಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನ ಪರಿಚಯ ಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಸೇನೆಯ ನಿವೃತ್ತ ಯೋಧರಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಟನ್ ಗಣೇಶ್ ಕಾರ್ಣಿಕ್ ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ.
ದಿವ್ಯತ್ರಯರಾದ ಮಾತೆ ಶಾರದಾ ದೇವಿ, ಪೂಜ್ಯ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪರಮಹಂಸರು ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದವನ್ನು ಬೇಡ್ತಾ, ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆಸೀನರಾದ ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಜತಕಾಮಾಂಜಿ ಮಹಾರಾಜ್ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರು, ಈ ಆಶ್ರಮದ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾಗಿರುವಂಥ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಪ್ರೇರಣೆ ಕೊಡುವಂಥ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಯವರಿಗೆ ಗೌರವದ ಪ್ರಣಾಮಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತಾ, ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ನಿನ್ನೆಯಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗಿದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿ ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತ ಭೇಟಿ ನೀಡಿ ಎನ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನಲ್ ಟಾಕರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೆಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂಥ ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಆತ್ಮಶ್ರದ್ಧಾನಂದಜಿ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಯವರಿಗೂ ಗೌರವದ ವಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಿ, ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆಸೀನರಾದ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ್ ದ್ವೈರೆ, ಇಬ್ಬರು ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ್ ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವರಿಗೂ ಗೌರವದ ವಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಿ, ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಇವತ್ತು ರಾಯ್ ಕ್ಯಾಸ್ಲಿನೋ ಅವರು ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನ ಪ್ಯಾರಿಷ್ ಡಯೋಸಿಸ್ನ ಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿಯಾಗಿ ಆಗಮಿಸಿದ ಅವರನ್ನು ನಿನ್ನೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲವರಾದರೂ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ್ ಸೊರಕೆ ಅವರ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದ ಭಾಷಣವನ್ನು. ಇವತ್ತು ಅವರ ತಂದೆಯವರಾದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸೊರಕೆಯವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವರಿಗೂ ಗೌರವದ ವಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಿ, ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿದ ಪತ್ರಿಕಾ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮದ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರು, ಅತಿಥಿಗಳು, ಮಠದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಭಕ್ತರು ಹಾಗೂ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಆಗಮಿಸಿದಂಥ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಬಯಸ್ತೇನೆ. Is there anyone amongst you who just doesn't understand Kannada at all? Oh, okay. The theme for the seminar or the discourse is education and human excellence. And today it is being organized under the name Shraddha. Now Shraddha is what basically? I would try to explain this in English by saying Shraddha is commitment with passion. And I am told you're all postgraduate students. There is a famous saying in English or in Sanskrit which says, Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. And when the students of ashram were chanting the Vedic chants, there was one sentence which said, Sangachadvam samvadadvam samo manamsi janatam. And basically in Gurukulas, the learning started by chanting this. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಂದೇ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಿಂದ ಒಂದೇ ದಿಕ್ಕಿನೆಡೆಗೆ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆ ಹಾಕುವಂಥ ಪ್ರಾಮಾಣಿಕ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡುವ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ. I have done my degree. I have joined a post-graduation course of my choice. Why? What is the purpose? What is that I want to get through this process of education? And if I don't define this properly, not only as a postgraduate student, as a student, the student is a permanent student. You will never stop. A certain stage will come in your life where possibly the formal education stops, but you further continue to learn. I remember a student of Nite Engineering College, sir, who happened to come and stay with me in Bangalore when he was not getting a job. He did his polytechnic, a diploma in electrical engineering. We literally forced him to do, he was a good student academically, so asked him to continue his engineering. But unfortunately, electrical branch was not a branch which was really popular and, a kind of easy job-getting kind of a course. So he was finding it difficult to find a job. Ultimately, he somehow, with my contact, he could get a small job in Bangalore. He was staying in my room in Legislator Home. And after about 9 months, he got into L&T, a big company. And their posting was in Chennai. After 1 week, he sends me a text message, and he says, my actual learning has started now. After doing polytechnic, after doing engineering and getting into a good organization, that student realized that actual learning started after getting into a very professionally organized kind of a unit. Possibly Mr. Srinivas, who is the director of BASF, and Mr. Adarsh Srinivas, who is a human resource HR person, would agree with me that this is what actually happens in reality. So, do I have that open mind to learn things, acquire skills? If I can ask you a simple question to all of you, why have you joined postgraduate degree? Most of us will end up saying that I want a postgraduate degree, or I want to become a postgraduate in a chosen area. Now, if you add a couple of dimensions to this definition of getting a degree, MA, MCom, MSc, whatever it is it that I only want to become a good postgraduate, a good post-graduation degree holder with skills pertaining to my particular domain on my fingertips? A good postgraduate with skills pertaining to my professional field and a good human being? Or a good postgraduate with professional skills on my fingertips, a good human being, and also a responsible citizen? The day I step into an organization and define the mission with these 4 or 5 dimensions, you just imagine where will you reach at the end of your 2 years, 3 years course. So, education, human excellence. Education is the process. When you pass through this process, if you can unleash the tremendous amount of inbuilt capacities we have in our personality, you will not only contribute for your own welfare, but you will also immensely contribute towards nation building. And this is exactly what Swami Vivekananda defined the purpose of education as. The purpose of education is man-making in nation building. There are certain limitations when you go through this man-making education in an institution because of the institutional setbacks. So Ramakrishna Ashram for more than a decade has been at it. What is not possible in the institution, can we get hold of students, bring them to this campus, expose them to this beautiful environment? Mr. Srinivas Panish was visiting this campus for the first time. After getting into the shrine, and as he came out, he made a remark. He said, "What a beautiful campus." Now, if the first visit can influence you so much, if you can feel the positive vibration in the campus or the ashram surroundings, at the outset, I would like to request each one of you, possibly some of you at least have felt the same thing. What a beautiful green campus, a kind of a lung space for the entire city. So please keep coming to ashram. Enjoy the serene atmosphere here, the tranquility, the peace, the silence that you observe here, which will enhance your learning capabilities. So when we talk of education and human excellence, and we are all in this process of undergoing education, and as defined by Swamiji, the purpose of education is man-making, women-making also. It's not just man-making, don't feel otherwise. In nation building, I personally feel we all have a great responsibility. So Shraddhavan Labhate Jnanam means, am I committed to my education and I am involved passionately in this education? So we have this deliberation going on till about 2 o'clock or 2:30, and we have distinguished luminaries who have excelled in their own chosen field. They're going to interact with you, they're going to deliver their experiences. My earnest appeal would be here, be present, be present with your presence of mind, 100% committed to this session. And this can be one of those beautiful experiences you're going to have, which can bring in a tremendous amount of change in your perceptions about life itself. I don't know how many of you come here on your own willingly, and I don't know how many of you have been asked by your teacher, just go and be there because Ramakrishna Mission has requested 50 students to come from a particular college. I don't know how many colleges are represented here. But assume that God has blessed you with this wonderful opportunity. So with these words, I extend a very, very hearty welcome to the students, the delegates who are participating, especially for the delegates. Of course, I'll introduce the guests and then welcome them separately. But this session is for you. You are the most important persons for this session. So on behalf of Ramakrishna Mutt, I extend you all a very, very hearty welcome. Claps? You've been clapping for others. Why not clap for yourselves? And how many of you are sleeping early morning feeling sleepy? Looking left and right. How many of you are busy with your mobile? No, may I request for a small thing? No heaven is going to come down, nothing is going to happen. Can you all put off your mobile till at least 2 o'clock? We have something called Ekadashi in our practices. So you should have Ekadashi for your mobile, a new Ekadashi. And you will enjoy that. Right? Pujya Ditkamanji Maharaj, the Adhyaksha of Ramakrishna Ashram, besides pursuing spirituality and following the order of Ramakrishna Mission, has been inspirational in motivating, inspiring, and getting us involved in something called volunteerism. You all saw a small 10-minute clipping. Also something called Swatch Bharat movement being implemented here. Now, I would like to say, because of your guidance, the volunteers of Ramakrishna Ashram who formed this Swatch Mangaluru Foundation and established a small startup called Mangala Resource Management Private Limited, is managing 7 plants which are called as Material Recovery Facility established by Government of Karnataka, where more than 350 gram panchayats are collecting dry waste which is being brought to these plants, and we segregate, send it for recycling. There are more than 120 people working in this, in these different plants. Do you know that in last about 2.5-3 years' time, in these plants, the volunteers of Ramakrishna Ashram have been able to collect 20,000 tons plus tons of dry waste. Clapping is nice. But who have contributed towards 20,000 tons of dry waste? A small section or a small amount of actually the garbage that you have generated. And had we not collected and segregated and sent for recycling, what would have happened to these 20,000 plus tons? And how much we have exploited from the nature to replenish that? And mind you, Swamiji, I was told per day in India we generate, you know how much? 1,15,000 tons of garbage. 1,15,000 tons of garbage. And imagine one small initiative by an organization which is spiritually oriented, if it can do so much, don't you think we all have a individual responsibility? And if it is converted into a collective responsibility, what will happen to our country? And we have a greater responsibility. I, on behalf of Ramakrishna Mutt, appeal to each one of you, in our own small domain, can you bring in a change? Can we bring in a change? Can we contribute? So that is education for human excellence. We have with us Pujya Swamiji, who has been directing us, motivating us, inspiring us, and energizing us to get involved in volunteerism. Swamiji, on behalf of everyone present here, I extend you a very respectful welcome for all that you have done for Mangalore City. Pujya Atma Shraddhanandaji is a monk of the Ramakrishna order, that's understood. But what impressed me, he has been going and talking to students from IIT Kharagpur and IIT Chennai. And he was an editor of maybe one of the oldest spiritual magazine called Vedanta Kesari, where the great Indian knowledge system and the spiritualism of India is spread among, length and breadth of the country and abroad. He was here yesterday, and it was such a pleasure listening to him, his motivating and inspiring discourse. Swamiji, most reverentially, I extend a very, very hearty welcome from everyone present here and on behalf of Sri Ramakrishna Mutt. BASF is a multinational company, and I am very proud to say that BASF has one of the largest campuses of South Asia in Mangalore. And it's an eye-opener. I was told they've got about 200-acre campus, and they manufacture different dyes and chemicals in their unit. There are more than 500 people working in that organization. For Mr. Srinivas Pranesh, who is from Bangalore originally, this is the first visit to our campus at Ramakrishna Ashram. We extend you a very hearty welcome. We would like to see you more often in our campus in the days to come. And Professor Srinivas is truly professorial. After listening to him yesterday, very erudite, scholarly, and very inspiring, very motivational. And I think he has the minds of the younger generation on his fingertips, the way he's addressing the students. Please have patience, listen to him. He'll be handling a session for you all today. Sir, once again, a very hearty welcome to each one of you. And we have Dr. Soruke, Mr. Roy Castellino, and one of our resource person, Mr. Subhash, who is from Nimans, who calls himself a mental health professional. He's going to handle one of the sessions, panel discussions later. And we have the volunteers of Ashram, and we have young friends, and the devotees of Ashram who have been here. And I must gratefully acknowledge the smartly turned out NCC cadets from Alwas. Thanks for your presence, and thanks for piloting our guests to this function. I have been a former soldier, so when I look somebody in uniform, it's always inspiring. A very hearty welcome to each one of you. So with these words, I would again appeal, please be here physically, please be here mentally, please be here emotionally, be present with your presence. And sometime we are all blessed with the wonderful opportunities in life. This life, which is a beautiful journey, which takes you to beautiful destinations. So this could be one of those enchanting moments of your life, which can bring in substantial change into your orientation. And with these words, I extend a very hearty welcome to each one of you. Thank you very much, and Jai Hind.
ವಂದನೆಗಳು ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಟನ್ ಗಣೇಶ್ ಕಾರ್ಣಿಕ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗಿರುವಂಥ ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ ಆತ್ಮ ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾನಂದಜಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಯಂ ಸೇವಕರಾದಂಥ ಶ್ರೀ ಗೋಪಿನಾಥ್ ರಾವ್ ಅವರು ಬಂದು ಪುಷ್ಪವನ್ನು ನೀಡಿ ಅವರ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದವನ್ನು ಪಡಿಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ. ವೇದಿಕೆಯ ಮೇಲಿರುವಂಥ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಾದಂಥ ಶ್ರೀ ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಣೇಶ್ ಇವರಿಗೆ ಶ್ರೀ ರಂಜನ್ ಬೆಳ್ಳರ್ಪಾಡಿ ಸ್ವಯಂ ಸೇವಕರು ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಠ ಇವರು ಪುಷ್ಪವನ್ನು ನೀಡಿ ಅವರನ್ನು ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಶ್ರೀ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಟನ್ ಗಣೇಶ್ ಕಾರ್ಣಿಕ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಯಂ ಸೇವಕರಾದ ಶ್ರೀವತ್ಸ ಅವರು ಪುಷ್ಪವನ್ನು ನೀಡಿ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸಬೇಕು. ಮತ್ತು ಅತಿಥಿಯಾದಂಥ ಶ್ರೀ ಎಸ್ ಎನ್ ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ್ ಇವರಿಗೆ ಶ್ರೀ ಹೇಮಂತ್ ಸ್ವಯಂ ಸೇವಕರಾದಂಥ ಹೇಮಂತ್ ಅವರು ಬಂದು ಪುಷ್ಪವನ್ನು ನೀಡಿ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಶ್ರೀ ರಾಯ್ ಕ್ಯಾಸ್ಟ್ಲಿನೋ ಅವರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಜೀವರಾಜ್ ಸೊರಕೆ ಅವರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಪುಷ್ಪವನ್ನು ನೀಡಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತಿಯನ್ನು ಗೌರವಿಸಿ ರಂಜನ್ ಬೆಳ್ಳರ್ಪಾಡಿ ಅವರು ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ಇದು ಅರಿವಿನ ದೀಪವನ್ನು ಹಚ್ಚುವಂಥ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ. ದೀಪವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಯಾಕೆ ಪೂಜಿಸ್ತೇವೆ, ಆರಾಧಿಸ್ತೇವೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ, ನಾವು ದೀಪವನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲ, ದೀಪದಿಂದಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಜಗತ್ತನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕಾಗಿ. ಅಂಧಕಾರದಿಂದ ಪ್ರಕಾಶಮಾನದರಿಗೆ ಕೊಂಡೊಯ್ಯುವ ಶಕ್ತಿಯಾದ ದೀಪವನ್ನು ಬೆಳಗಿಸುವುದರ ಮೂಲಕ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಈ ದಿನದ ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾ 2024 ಇದನ್ನು ಉದ್ಘಾಟಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬರಾದಂಥ ಶ್ರೀ ಸುಭಾಷ್ ಇವರು ಕೂಡ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಉದ್ಘಾಟನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ದೀಪ ಪೂಜೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರಿಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಸುಭಾಷ್ ಅವರು ವೇದಿಕೆ ನೀಡಬೇಕು. ಈ ದೀಪದಂತೆ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಮನಸ್ಸುಗಳು ಬೆಳಗಲಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಅರಿವಿನ ದೀಪ ಬೆಳಗಲಿ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಆಶಯದೊಂದಿಗೆ ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಗಳು ಹಾಗೂ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳು ಸೇರಿಕೊಂಡು ದೀಪವನ್ನು ಪ್ರಜ್ವಲನೆ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಈ ಹೊತ್ತು ಇದು ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಠ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಿಷನ್ ಆಯೋಜನೆ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರುವಂಥ ಸ್ನಾತಕೋತ್ತರ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ವಿಚಾರ ಸಂಕಿರಣ ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾ 2024 ಇದರ ದೀಪ ಪ್ರಜ್ವಲನೆಯ ಸಮಯ. ವಂದನೆಗಳು. ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಿಷನ್ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಠದ ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರು, ಈ ಮಠದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳಾಗಿರಬಹುದು, ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ನಿಂತು ಇದನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ತಲುಪುವಂತೆ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದು ಇಲ್ಲಿನ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಿಷನ್ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಠದ ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರು ಶ್ರೀ ಜಿತಕಾಮಾನಂದಜಿ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಯವರು. ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಉದ್ದೇಶಿಸಿ ಈ ಹೊತ್ತು ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ.
ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ನಮಶ್ರೀ ಯತಿರಾಜಾಯ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ಸೂರಯೇ ಸಚ್ಚಿತ್ಸುಖಸ್ವರೂಪಾಯ ಸ್ವಾಮಿನೇ ತಾಪಹಾರಿಣಿ. ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಶಿಕೋಗ ಭಾಷಣದ ಅಂಗವಾಗಿ ಸೆಪ್ಟೆಂಬರ್ 11, 12, 13 ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾ ಮೇಧ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞಾ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ಬಹಳ ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ನಡೆಸ್ಕೊಂಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ 2ನೇ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ವೇದಿಕೆಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಾಗಿ ಆಗಮಿಸಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಶ್ರೀ ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಣೇಶ್ ಅವರೇ, ಹಾಗೆ ಹೈದರಾಬಾದಿಂದ ಆಗಮಿಸಿ ನಿನ್ನೆ ಮತ್ತು ಇವತ್ತು ಮಾತನಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ್ ಅವರೇ, ನಮ್ಮ ಆತ್ಮೀಯರಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕಾನ್ಪುರದಿಂದ ಆಗಮಿಸಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಆತ್ಮಶ್ರದ್ಧಾಂಜಿ ಮಹಾರಾಜ್ ಅವರೇ, ಆಶ್ರಮದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಸಹ ಸಕ್ರಿಯವಾಗಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿ ಸೇವಾ ಮನೋಭಾವದಿಂದ ತಮ್ಮನ್ನು ತಾವು ತೊಡಗಿಸಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಗಣೇಶ್ ಕಾರ್ನಿಕ್ ಅವರೇ, ಹಾಗೆ ಸಮ್ಮುಖದಲ್ಲಿ ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆತ್ಮೀಯರೇ ಮತ್ತು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಾಲೇಜುಗಳಿಂದ ಆಗಮಿಸಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಬೋಧಕ ವರ್ಗದವರೇ, ಭವ್ಯ ಭಾರತದ ಆಶಾಕಿರಣ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಬಹುಸಂಖ್ಯೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೆರೆದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಗ್ರಾಜ್ಯುಯೇಟ್ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾ ಎನ್ನುವ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಹಮ್ಮಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರಿಗೆ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪ್ರಿಯವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಶಬ್ದ ಅದು ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾ ಅನ್ನುವ ಶಬ್ದ. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರು, ನಮ್ಮ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆಯನ್ನು ತುಂಬಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾ ಅನ್ನುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಅರ್ಥವಿದೆ. ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾ ಅನ್ನುವ ಪದಕ್ಕೆ ಸರಿಸಮಾನವಾದ ಪದ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಕೇವಲ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಅನ್ನುವುದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ನೂ ಆಳವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಏಕಾಗ್ರತೆ ಅನ್ನುವುದು ಅರ್ಥ ಇದೆ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆ ಅಂತ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆಯಿಂದ ಓದಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಏಕಾಗ್ರತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದಿದೆ. ಕೆಲಸದಲ್ಲಿ ತಮಗೆ ತಾವು ಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ತೊಡಗಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದಕ್ಕೂ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಈ ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾ ಅನ್ನುವ ಪದಕ್ಕೆ ಅರ್ಥ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ನಮಗೆ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರು. ಅವ್ರು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರು, ದ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ರಿಲಿಜನ್ ಸೇಸ್ ಹೀ ಈಸ್ ಎನ್ ಅಥಿಸ್ಟ್ ಹೂ ಡಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿಲೀವ್ ಇನ್ ಗಾಡ್, ಬಟ್ ದ ನ್ಯೂ ರಿಲಿಜನ್ ಸೇಸ್ ಹೀ ಈಸ್ ಎನ್ ಅಥಿಸ್ಟ್ ಹೂ ಡಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿಲೀವ್ ಇನ್ ಹಿಮ್ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಅಂತ. ಭಗವಂತನ ಮೇಲೆ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ತನ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ತನಗೆ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಪಥದಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದುವರಿಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ನಮಗೆ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ನೀವು ಸ್ನಾತಕೋತ್ತರ ಪದವಿಯನ್ನು ಪಡೆದು ಮುಂದೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿಯೇ ಅಥವಾ ಬೇರೆ ಕಂಪನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇರ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ, ಆವಾಗ ಈ ಆತ್ಮವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಎತ್ತಿ ಹಿಡಿಯೋದು ಆತ್ಮವಿಶ್ವಾಸ. ಆ ಆತ್ಮವಿಶ್ವಾಸಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರು ಪದೇ 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 ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರು. ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತೀಯರಲ್ಲಿ ಆತ್ಮವಿಶ್ವಾಸವನ್ನು ತುಂಬುವುದೇ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಿದ್ಯಾಭ್ಯಾಸದ ಒಂದು ಅಂಶ ಅಂತ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಆತ್ಮವಿಶ್ವಾಸ, ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾ 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 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆ ಅನ್ನುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗಳಿವೆ. ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಮಹಾನ್ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅಭಿವ್ಯಕ್ತವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆ ಈಗಿನ ಯುವಕರಲ್ಲಿ ಯುವತಿಯರಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಆ ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾ ಅನ್ನುವ ಪದವನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ ಈ ನಮ್ಮ 3 ದಿವಸದ ಸಿಂಪೋಸಿಯಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಒಂದೇದು ನಿನ್ನೆ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞಾ ಅನ್ನುವ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಆಯಿತು, ಅದು ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ಸ್ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ, ಇವತ್ತು ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಗ್ರಾಜ್ಯುಯೇಟ್ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ, ನಾಳೆ ಅಂಡರ್ ಗ್ರಾಜ್ಯುಯೇಟ್ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದರ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅಂಶ ಏನು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ನ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಅದನ್ನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ಓದಿ ಹೇಳಿಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. Shraddha Symposium for 4 graduate students is a catalyst for personal and professional transformation, offering a unique brand of practical knowledge, critical thinking, and real-world application. By bridging the gap between academia and industry, Shraddha empowers postgraduate students to thrive in a rapidly changing world. Shraddha fosters the development of key attributes including leadership, empathy, and self-reliance, alongside technical expertise. This holistic approach enables individuals to navigate complex challenges and achieve success on their own terms. This program is being organized in commemoration of Swami Vivekananda's historic speech at the World Parliament of Religion in Chicago on September 11, 1883, nearly 131 years back. His message of universal brotherhood and human excellence continues to inspire us to this day. Our ashrama is hosting Shraddha Symposium for students of postgraduate courses on 12th September, that is today, focusing on the theme education and human excellence. We invite you to join us in this journey towards excellence, as Ganesh Karnik has told you, not just physical presence, but mental and emotional presence here. Now, human excellence, wonderful word, a new word probably, most of the students might be a new word, human excellence. What is that human excellence? ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲೂ ಸಹ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ, ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದ ದೈವೀದತ್ತವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಅಡಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಈ ದೈವಿಕವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ನಿತ್ಯ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಭಿವ್ಯಕ್ತಗೊಳಿಸುವುದೇ ವಿದ್ಯಾಭ್ಯಾಸದ ಗುರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಮ್ಯಾನಿಫೆಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಇನ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್. ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಇನ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್, ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಇದೆ, ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರೋದಕ್ಕೆ, ಹೊರತರುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಸರಿಯಾದ ಮಾರ್ಗವನ್ನು ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್. ಅದು ಹೇಗೆ? ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಅರ್ಥ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರು. ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ನಿಜವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಭಾರತೀಯರಿಗೆ. ಸುಮಾರು 125 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರು, ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಪುಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಯುವರ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್ and run there undigested all your life. Then what kind of education is required for present day students? Let us hear what Swami Vivekananda says. He says, we want that education by which character is formed. I emphasize the word character is formed. The strength of mind is increased. The intellect is expanded, by which one can stand on one's own feet. Here, 3 important words you have to concentrate on it. That is, one is character. Character. What kind of character we need? A character which knows the responsibility as a human being and applies it in its day-to-day life. What's your responsibility? As a human being, how you have to live in a society. That you must understand. If you read the paper, you feel very bad where we are going. A man should know what is his responsibility as a human being. First, our character should be good. ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಗುಣಗಳನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಗುಣಗಳು, ಮಾನವೀಯ ಗುಣಗಳನ್ನು ತುಂಬಿಸ್ಬೇಕು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಜೀವನ ಮೌಲ್ಯಗಳು ಅಂತಲೂ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಮಾನವೀಯ ಗುಣಗಳನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಿಸ್ಕೊಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ಮ ನಡೆ, ನುಡಿ, ಚಿಂತನೆಗಳು ಅದೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಸಹ ಉನ್ನತ ಮಟ್ಟದವಾಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ದ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂತ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈಂಡ್. ನನಗೆ ಈ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬಹಳ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿರೋದು, ಮೈಂಡ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು. ಮೈಂಡ್ ನಾವು ಏನು ಅಚೀವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ನಮಗೆ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಮುಖ್ಯ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಮನಸ್ಸೇನಾದ್ರು ಕೈ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಓದಿದ್ದನ್ನು ತಲೆಗೆ ಹೋಗೋದಿಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸು ನಿಮಗೆ ಸುಖವನ್ನು ಕೊಡೋದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸೇ, ದುಃಖವನ್ನು ಕೊಡೋದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸೇ. ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತದಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಇದೆ, ಮನ ಏವ ಮನುಷ್ಯಾಣಾಂ ಕಾರಣಂ ಬಂಧ ಮೋಕ್ಷಯೋಹೋ. ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸೇ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಬಂಧಿಸೋದು, ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸೇ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರವಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಇದೆರಡೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸು. ಅನ್ಫಾರ್ಚುನೇಟ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಸಹ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ ವಿಧವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪದನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಓದಿದ್ದೀರಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಜುಯೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಎಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಪದವನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ಹಾಕಿ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಇಲ್ವೇ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ. ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅದು ವಸ್ತು ಭಗವಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಅದ್ರ ಅದೊಂದು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಥ್ರೂ ವಿಚ್ ವಿ ಗೈನ್ ದಿ ನಾಲೆಜ್. ವಿ ಲಿವ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್, ವಿ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ದಿ ಲೈಫ್, ವಿ ಸಫರ್ ದಿ ಲೈಫ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ ನಾನೇನಾದರೂ ಪುನಃ ನಾನು ಎಜುಕೇಷನನ್ನು ವಿದ್ಯಾಭ್ಯಾಸ ಆರಂಭ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಬಂದರೆ ನಾನು ಪುಸ್ತಕವನ್ನು ಓದೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ತೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ನನ್ನ ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನು ನಾನು ಹತೋಟಿಗೆ ತಟ್ಕೊತೀನಿ, ನನ್ನ ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನು ನಾನು ಏಕಾಗ್ರ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನು ಕಲಿತೀನಿ. ಆ ಏಕಾಗ್ರತೆಯನ್ನು ಪಡೆದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಹತೋಟಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನು ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡೋದು ಸಹ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದರ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಸಿಕ್ಕತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ದ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂತ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈಂಡ್. ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಯುವಕರಿಗೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಯುವಕರು, ನಮ್ಮ ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ನಿವಾಂಶಿಂದ, ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಹೇಗೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಅಳುಕು. ಆ ಅಳುಕನ್ನು ತೆಗೆಯೋದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಆ ತೆಗಿಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿದ್ರೆ ಮೊದಲು ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಅದು ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನ ವೀಕ್ಷಿಸಿ ನೋಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಸಿಕ್ಕತ್ತೆ. ಮೂರನೇ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ದಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಯಾನ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಟೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ. ನಿನ್ನೆ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಯವರು ಬಹಳ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದೊಂದು ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಟ್ರು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಅನ್ನುವುದಂದರೆ ಅದು ವಿವೇಕ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರು. ವಿವೇಕ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದು ಒಳಿತು ಯಾವುದು ಕೆಟ್ಟದು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ವಿಂಗಡಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಅಂತ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ ಹೇಳಿದರು. ಅದು ಹೇಗಿರಬೇಕು ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದು ಒಳಿತು ಯಾವುದು ಕೆಟ್ಟದು. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸಾಲದು, ಒಳಿತು ದಾರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಆತ್ಮಸ್ಥೈರ್ಯ ತಂದು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಕೆಟ್ಟು ದಾರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗದೇ ಇರಬೇಕಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸ್ಥೈರ್ಯವನ್ನು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಅದು ಎರಡೂ ಸಹ ಬುದ್ಧಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟದ್ದು. ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲೂ ಇನ್ನು ಆಳವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಿಷಯಗಳು. ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಒಂದು ಅದ್ಭುತವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಏರ್ಪಾಡು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ನುರಿತ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಬರಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಆತ್ಮಶ್ರದ್ಧಾಂಜಿ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದ ಹಾಗೆ ಅವರು ಚೆನ್ನೈಯಲ್ಲಿರುವಾಗ IITಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಗೆ ಅವರು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ತೊಗೊತಾ ಇದ್ದರು. ಈಗಲೂ ಸಹ ಕಾನ್ಪುರ್ IITಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಯವರಿಗೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಬೇಡಿಕೆ ಇದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಉತ್ತಮ ವಾಗ್ಮಿಗಳು ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಯವರು. ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಯವರನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಎರಡನೇದಾಗಿ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ್ ಅವರು ಹೈದರಾಬಾದಲ್ಲಿ HR ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಟ್ರೈನರು, ಅವರು ಸಹ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಪ್ಯಾನೆಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ಪ್ಯಾನೆಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೀವನ್ ಪಿಂಟೋ ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮ MRPಯಲ್ಲಿ HR ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು, ಹಾಗೆ ಶ್ರೀ ಸುಭಾಷ್ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆ ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಎಜುಕೇಟರ್, ನಿಮ್ಹಾನ್ಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರು, ಯಂಗ್ ಬ್ರೈಟ್ person has come. We have invited him, and today's program has been inaugurated by Srinivas Pranesh, as he has already been introduced. He is a site director, BASF India Private Limited, and also today we have a wonderful gathering here. So my dear friends, be here. As I told you, be here. This ashrama is so beautiful. If you go around, you don't find so many trees in one place. And also we have a beautiful urban garden called Miyawaki Garden. Here, just walk in front of this auditorium. Afterwards, when you get after the program, you can go around the ashrama. And I heartily welcome. Thank you very much.
ಜ್ಞಾನವೃದ್ಧಿಯ ಚಿಂತನೆಗಳ ಸಿಂಚನವನ್ನು ನೀಡಿದಂಥ ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಗಳಿಗೆ ವಂದನೆಯನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಉದ್ಘಾಟನೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದಂಥ ಶ್ರೀ ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಣೇಶ್, ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರು BASF ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಮಂಗಳೂರು, ಇವರು ಉದ್ಘಾಟಕ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ಆಡಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ.
Good morning. Dignitaries on the stage, and then most important people, the future of our country in front of me. I'm very happy to be here. When Ranjan sir, he came to me, and then you were discussing, what exactly is the intent of this seminar, and then what does he want me to touch about. So he gave me some inputs, but one of the things which struck me was, I'll start with that one and come to a little bit on what I want to talk about. So he said earlier this was a full day program. That means it used to run from morning 9 to 5, but I think with so many distractions, with mobile and with that and this and things like that, he says it is very difficult for us to keep this for the full day, and then we have basically done it for half a day. This is a reflection of not just you, it is a reflection on all of us. Our attention spans have become smaller, and then we want to do too many things at the same time, and then we are not able to concentrate on anything for a reasonable amount of time. So that said, I want you to focus on basically what I'll try to touch upon is a couple of things which is on industry academia collaboration. This is a very, very common word, and then it's a buzzword. It's been used many times, and I really want to give some practical examples of what an industry is looking for. Not just my industry or my company, but broadly what is it that we are looking for when we recruit some people. So hopefully you will get a picture of what is an industry looking for in the end. Broadly, my speech is divided into. It gave me around 10 minutes. Maybe I get a couple of minutes extra. And I'll talk about, so I represent a company called BASF India Limited, and BASF is the world's largest chemical company, but I would rather focus on the chemical industry and then a little bit of BASF, and then look at what is happening to our education system, what are the policy changes which is being done by the government, and then what is expected from all of you as either people. In fact, the preferred ones would be that all of you become entrepreneurs at some point of time, or now if you have good ideas, but also as good employees, or as people who we think will lead the company or into the future. So broadly, this is what I'm going to cover. So chemical industry. So what comes to your mind? Anybody? Polluting, smelly. All the negative aspects, correct? It uses a lot of energy. So, and I wanted to reflect on one thing. In this hall, or from the time you have woken up till the time you have come here, is there one aspect which did not use chemicals? From the time you have started using your toothpaste to soap to catching a bus, or wearing your clothes or the bed sheet or everything, and I would urge you to reflect now. In this hall, is there anything which does not contain chemicals? No, it's impossible. Without chemicals, life doesn't go on at all. So from an utility perspective, I think we forget that chemicals are basically making us this quality of life which has gone up, whether it is comfort, whether it is convenience, whether it is health, whether it is wealth, whatever it is all coming in from the way chemicals are playing an important role. So if we are living longer, if we are living healthier, if your life expectancy has gone up from 45, 50 to 70, 80 right now, it is only because of all the chemicals which are playing a role. So in fact, people say the most important invention when it comes to keeping us all healthy is not the medicines. It is just the simple soap. I think all of us have started using soap to wash our hands and then that has reduced the infection by 90-95%. One of the most common way people could get would die 50 years back was basically because of some infections, simple infections which we did not know what was causing it, how it was to be addressed and things like that. So very, very simple things. Whatever we are doing is all coming in from very simple inventions, but also at the other end, really, really complex, whether it is penicillin, whether it is antibiotics, everything is a form of chemical. And why is the industry kind of painted in a picture where it says that it's an industry which is polluting, it's an industry which uses a lot of energy. So I want to use an analogy which says, so all atoms and molecules. So this is also, I try to find an analogy which is not only, which is not only applicable, which cannot be only understood by chemistry, but for everybody. So all atoms and molecules are like us, as children or as, so we really don't want to do anything. The best way is to let be. We don't want to get up in the morning, we don't want to, put the extra effort of doing something. So all of them, all the chemicals is in a state of the low energy. So when you actually want them to do something, so that means, it is like, kids, so that, when you want him to go to the school, when you want to go her to the school, she doesn't want to. When teacher says that you learn something, she doesn't want to. So same is the challenge with all the with all the atoms and molecules. So what happens is that they are all in a state of low energy. They really don't want to do anything. But when we want them to do something, so that means when we want you to be productive, at least now I know most of the teachers will not use the stick, but when we were studying, we got real good whackings to make sure that we did what we were supposed to do. So for the chemicals to be transformed into useful substances that you and I can use, we have to use some form of energy. So whether it is heat energy, whether it is electrical energy, whether it is pressure, whether it is temperature, all of these are like the teacher who is basically putting something on you to transform you to something, and this industry is like that. That means we have to use lot of energy to transform mundane atoms for them to do something. So that is what the industry is, and then that's the reason why this industry needs a lot of energy, lot of inputs to make things happen, because we want to transform usual whatever it is, calcium, nitric, hydrogen, oxygen, everything into things which you and I can use on a daily basis. And that's the reason why the industry is what it is. So they kindly reflect that this, without chemicals, this life as we are seeing today cannot exist. Coming to BASF, it's a long history. I really don't want to get into saying that why BASF is great. That's really not the intent. But we have been here for more than 150 years. This was founded in Germany. One of the key inventions which I want, because all of you can relate to this, is the synthesis of ammonia. This was done by our company, and we won the Nobel Prize. So if anybody who can listen or remember, Haber-Bosch process was basically from this company. So basically on making sure that how we can synthesize ammonia, because with ammonia then urea came, and with urea the whole of agriculture has changed. If we are able to feed 8 billion people on this earth today, it is only because of urea, which is basically a derivative of ammonia, is where is what is keeping this 8 billion people mostly fed well, and also being taken care of. But so that was 150 years back or 130 years back when we invented. But over the 150-year journey, we have invented many things, whether it is polyurethane, which the seat on which you are sitting, or many of the vitamins and other chemicals which is basically added into your into your medicines. So these are all things which has come from us. So that was a phase of invention where a lot of things could be synthesized, and then we always looked at nature, saying that what is useful, and then how can we make it more affordable, more available to common man, and then the way to do it was chemical synthesis, which is what we have mastered on. But over the last 10 to 15 years, we are also aware of the kind of energy which we use, and then what it means for climate change. So over the last 15 years, we have also said that from a sustainability perspective, what we are going to do as a company, and then by 2030 we have a target, and by 2050 we want to be fully carbon neutral. By 2030 we want to be 25% carbon neutral for all the processes of what we are doing. So that is about the company, and then our intention is that chemicals are necessary, but how do we make it available with the least impact on the environment and on the society. That's what is the philosophy which is guiding us. And then I'm really happy to say that if you come to our site in Mangaluru, you don't have to go anywhere. Anybody who is interested, I think this is you're welcome to visit us, and then you look at the amount of care and with which we handle many of the processes. It will be an eye-opening for you, and then hopefully this will also give you a perspective of what an industry looks like. We have many chemical industries around this. We have this, and we have a bottling plant. We have MRPL, which is a refinery. Then lot of many other things. But it will give a good perspective of what an industry is. Is one aspect which I just wanted to touch about. Coming to basically on when I studied my engineering, our exposure to industry was 1 week of kind of a picnic, going around, visiting temples, and in between, go to 1 or 2 factories, and that was our industrial tour, so to say. And our exposure was practically nothing when it came to what is expected from the industry. We were completely unprepared when we entered the industry. And like Sir told, it was, we learned everything on the job. So to give you one example, so for my project, so I was, there is a chemical synthesis which we are supposed to do, and then one of the requirements was that, we also have a digitalization or a distillation column. So distillation column is one where you put some heat, and then you evaporate, and then you basically, at different temperatures, different fractions are liberated, and you basically condense, and then you collect it different sections. So this is typically. So when the project which I designed, I happily made the project report. I don't know, all of you must have also done this either in your undergraduate or in your postgraduate, as basically having to do a project report. So I went to my project guide, and then he says, Srinivas, ನೀವು ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಸರಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ದು ಇಂಥ ಏನು ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಲೇಷನ್ ಕಾಲಮ್ದು ಲೆಂತ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ. I said, no sir, it is some 1,100 meters. He said, can you imagine 1,100 meters of a column is like a 1 kilometer of column in the sky. It is impossible to build. But that is what we were. No, we didn't know, we didn't think, we had no exposure. And this aspect of basically saying that what is practical and then what is possible, this never came to our mind, because we did not have the necessary exposure. It was just academics. In the end, in the final year, you make a project report, and then you think or you hope that you are ready for getting employed somewhere. From that to today, I think there is a lot of discussion on whether it is new education policy, whether it is on internship, whether it is on getting the people ready for academia. This has changed a lot. We should all of you also kindly reflect on what the government is trying to do, and then making sure that there is enough and more opportunities for undergraduates and for postgraduates to come and spend some time in the industry, because this is really, really important, because it gives you a very good head start as compared to people who will not have the opportunity to visit an enterprise of any magnitude. So whether the government is looking at NAPS, which is a promotion of apprentice scheme, which is basically saying that you will get paid something, and then you can also get industry ready. So this is something which the government promotes, and then I want all of you to kind of reflect back on saying that what is it that you can do to make sure that you take these opportunities which are available. Whether it is internship, make sure that you spend a month there. Or if it is, NAPS, you graduate and then, you are still searching for a job. There are, NAPS, training facilities are available. Make sure that you avail of these ones. Because this, what we have seen in our own company is that people who, who did not get a job but, did our apprenticeship at you get paid something, but also you learn a lot. In this scheme of, and most of the people, so this is available, 1 year up to 3 years, and most of the people who do NAPS in a reasonably good organization will find a job sooner or later. This is what we have seen. As long as you have the passion to learn and then you absorb, what is required for the industry, this is really, really important that you can use these kind of opportunities to kind of look at how you can basically look at how do you get prepared for the life ahead. So this is basically on all of you getting ready for the future is one part. But once you are onboarded, once you become part of, whether as a full-time employee, whether as a trainee, whether as a contractor, one of the things which I keep telling to all my managers is also look at two different aspects. So one is called attitude and aptitude. So lot of people have very good aptitude, but attitude is not good. So that means they think they know everything, and then they're not willing team players. In any industry, we want people to work together, and we have to. This is how an organization works. You can be the best academically oriented student. You can be the best. You can be the highest mark scorer. But if you don't have the ability to work with others, it becomes very, very difficult for you to have a career. So whether it's a career, whether it's also, if you want to start on your own, you also have to get work done from somebody else, which is also a huge skill which all of us have learned the hard way. So, so from that perspective, make sure that your attitude is even more important than aptitude. Aptitude, because there are a lot of things which are repetitive in nature, and then these things can be learned over a period of time. But if attitude is not okay, it's going to be difficult for you to, as an individual contributor. Yes, it is possible that you can excel. Maybe if you're a software coder and then you're excellent, maybe it makes sense. But as you progress in your career, it becomes more and more difficult to grow higher. So make sure that you have the right attitude. You have the ability to listen, you have the ability to contribute to conversations, you have the ability to put your ideas in a way which is welcoming and not challenging. So these are all very, very important aspects once you start, basically working in any setup. That's how the organizations are structured. So this is a kind of a advice for all of you to look at this one aspect. The other one is called, content and intent. So which is also same way of putting attitude and aptitude, which is content is what you have inside, intent is what you want to do. So whether you really want to contribute to the success of what the company's objective is, or you just want to showcase yourself, that is very, very visible the moment you open your mouth. So from that perspective, I think I've run a little bit over time. I wanted to make sure that you get a reasonably good perspective, in 15 minutes or so. I think I might have exceeded by another 5 minutes, but I'm wishing you all the best, and I thank Ramakrishna Mission for inviting me and then giving this opportunity.
ವಂದನೆಗಳು ಶ್ರೀ ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಣೇಶ್ ಸರ್. ಈ ಉದ್ಘಾಟನಾ ಸಮಾರಂಭದ ಕೊನೆಯ ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಧನ್ಯವಾದವನ್ನು ಸಮರ್ಪಣೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮಠದ ಸ್ವಯಂ ಸೇವಕರಾದಂಥ ಶ್ರೀ ರಂಜನ್ ಬೆಳ್ಳರ್ಪಾಡಿಯವರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, seeking the blessings of Swamijis on the dais. Dear friends, so we are so happy to have the inaugural ceremony of Shraddha 2024 as a part of Education Symposium, so Symposium on Education of Ramakrishna Mat Mangaluru. So I'm so happy to have Pujya Swami Chitakamanandaji, Adhyaksha of Ramakrishna Mat Mangaluru. Thank you Swamiji for being in the inaugural ceremony of Shraddha. So I also thank Pujya Swami Atma Shraddhanandaji Maharaj, Secretary Ramakrishna Mission, Ashram Kanpur. So thank you Swamiji for being here. On the post breaks, Swamiji will be addressing you all on the topic, the glory of the power of Shraddha. Glory of the power of Shraddha. So I also thank today's inaugurator and the chief guest, Shri Srinivas Praneshji, the site director, Mangaluru BASF India Limited. Thank you so much, sir, for making time and being here. Thank you so much. I also thank and recognize the presence of Shri Santoshji, HR Executive of BASF India. Thank you so much, sir. And ex-BASF staff, Shri Rajshekar Bhatt, sir. Thank you so much. As a BASF family is here. Thank you so much, sir. So I also thank Shri Captain Ganesh Karnik sir, our mentor, for being here for the inaugural ceremony of Shraddha 2024. So at last I also want to thank Shri S.N. Srinivasji, HR Executive and Strategist, Hyderabad. Thank you sir for being on the inaugural ceremony. So sir will be addressing on the post break session, say essential milestones on the journey to human excellence. Essential milestones on the journey to human excellence. Srinivas Praneshji, Site Director, Mangaluru BASF India Limited. Yes. So I request Captain Ganesh Karnik sir to give a photograph along with Pujya Swamiji. To Pranesh sir. So this is a photograph of today's inauguration. So we just got a print and we are giving back to sir so that he can carry the memory with them. So I also request Pujya Swamiji to give the mementos to other guests also on the dais. Swamiji, please. I request Pujya Swamiji to give memento to the other guests. So, thank you so much to all the guests and Swamiji. I thank Shri Roy Castellino, sir, PRO of Bishop Mangaluru. Thank you, sir, for being here. I also thank Dr. Jeevraj Sorke, sir, Chairman of SES Hospital, Mangalore. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So I thank RJ Abhishek, today's voice and the anchoring. So I request the volunteer to give a memento. Bring the memento and give it to Swamiji so that Abhishek can collect the memento. Please, I request Pujya Swamiji to give a memento to Abhishek and bless him. So Abhishek is a very popular voice in Mangaluru. He's a volunteer of Ashram also. He has a very beautiful channel called Rewind Kudla in Instagram. So go back to the Rewind Kudla channel and like it so that you can learn more about Mangaluru, that is our Kudla. Thank you so much. So please visit his channel in Instagram. So I also thank the dignitaries and the faculty members, directors of various education institutions. Say we have students from SDM MBA College Mangaluru. Thank you so much. I also thank the students and the faculty members of Sahyadri College of Engineering and Management. I also thank the students of Besant MBA College and the faculty members. I also thank the students of Srinivasa MBA and the university. So I also thank the students of SES Ayurveda. I also thank the students of Mangalore University Konache. Thanks to the students of Roshni Nilaya. Thanks to the students of Alvas College, and special thanks to the students of NSS, Army and the Air Force Wing. So thank you so much for being here with the uniform and so wonderful guard of respect for the guest today. Thank you so much. So I also thank the volunteers of our ashram, Shraddha Mahila Vrinda, Nivedita Balaga and Swatch Mangaluru volunteers. Thanks to the media friends and so many viewers in our YouTube channel. You can get the access of this entire episode of today's program in our YouTube channel of Ashram, Ramakrishna Mat Mangaluru. So like Madi, share Madi, subscribe Madi. So please do visit our YouTube channel. 1.35 lakh people subscribe it. You will be one more person to our family. Thank you so much. Thank you to all the guests. Little instruction to the dignitaries, please be there. Thank you to all the guests. Dear friends, we will be having a tea break. We request you to come back at as early as possible. The session will start by 11:10. The tea will be served the basement of this auditorium, say SB dining hall. So while you are coming back, our volunteers will give a feedback form to you. So please collect the feedback form and don't make it rocket or a paper ball. Retain it. And at the end of the program, we have a few questions over there, write it. And after the lunch, at 2 o'clock, when you are exiting from the campus, please give that feedback form back to our registration counter and collect your participation certificate, gift books, and the photographs of Swami Vivekananda, smaller way. Okay, so this will be given to all the participants, those who stay till the last end, and we request you to come back and occupy the seat by before 11:10, okay? So thank you so much for your patience, and thanks to all the dignitaries who are present over here. Please, you can take both the sides of this door, left and right, and you can go down. The girls can take the stairs down. Respected students, friends, please maintain the silence. Okay. Dear friends, after the inaugural session, now we are in the technical sessions. The first session by Pujya Swami Atma Shraddhanandaji Maharaj, Secretary, Ramakrishna Mission, Ashram, Kanpur. Pujya Swamiji joined the Ramakrishna order in 1989 and received his sannyasa in 1999. After undergoing the training as a monastic at our ashrams at Bengaluru and Mysuru and Belur Mutt, he served as the editor of Vedanta Kesari, the century-old English spiritual magazine published from Ramakrishna Mutt, Mylapore, Chennai from 2004 to 2016. During his period, he was also the spiritual guide for Vivekananda Study Center, IIT Madras, where he conducted a weekly classes for students. 2016 to 2018, he was one of the instructor at the Monastic Novice Training Center at Belur Mutt and also took a monthly meditation and discussion classes for the students and faculties at IIT Kharagpur. Since 2018, he has been serving as the head of Ramakrishna Mission Ashram in Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh. From 2018 onwards, he has been the mentor of Vivekananda Samiti, IIT Kanpur, where he conducts a weekly session and meditations and readings. He has also authored and edited a couple of books on Indian culture, spiritual life, personality development, and Ramakrishna Vivekananda tradition. We are very happy to have Pujya Swamiji over here. Welcome to you, Swamiji, for this technical session. Pujya Swamiji is going to address you all on the topic, the glory of the power of Shraddha. Over to you, Swamiji.
We shall begin today's talk by offering salutations to Bhagavan Shri Ramakrishna Dev and Ma Sarada and Swami Vivekananda. Om Jananim Saradam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu Namah Shri Yatirajaya Vivekananda Suraye Satchit Sukha Swarupaya Swamine Tapaharine Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya. Thank you, Ranjan, for the introduction. My pranams to revered Swami Jitkamanji Maharaj, who is sitting in the audience, and also greetings to the other monks and brahmacharis of the ashram, all the dignitaries who are present here, the teachers of the various institutions, and all of you, all the young, bright minds who are sitting here. We are indeed very fortunate that we are part of this event, because it is the human beings alone who can organize an event like that. It is the human beings who meet and discuss ideas. Again, some people who are very refined, they discuss ideas. And those who are less refined, they discuss only other events. And those who are very, very gross, they are discussing only other people, their defects and their ideas. So let us be very fortunate that we are discussing the ideas. So that puts us on a top of this three ladder understanding of the human beings. We had the morning session, the inaugural session, and it was mentioned that this event is being organized as part of the celebration of Swami Vivekananda's speech given on 11th September 1893 at Chicago Parliament of Religions. You know, this speech, have you heard of a speech which is celebrated? 100 years of the speech, 130 years of his speech. It's something very unique, very unparalleled. Because that speech, though it was very short speech, the inaugural address, it brought India, Indian culture, Indian identity to the World Forum. Although people had heard of India, India has played a role in the world economy, in the world culture in a very significant way. But for various historical reasons, we were almost lost. And we had lost confidence in ourselves as a nation. We had forgotten that we too have something. We thought we were only a doormat for the British, and before that others who came to rule our country. So it was the first time that in the history, and this is what actually the India's first Prime Minister said that by speaking there at the international level, Swamiji infused a new vigor into the Indian nation. So we are celebrating that speech, and you know, Swami Vivekananda went there not as somebody who is invited or somebody with an introduction letter. He went there because he had heard that that great Parliament of Religions, first of its kind in the world history, was being organized. And yesterday we narrated the whole story of how Swamiji reached there, the various obstacles that he had to face, various challenges that he had to pass through. It was something, it is worth making a complete film only on that, how Swamiji reached there and how various forces were there which did not first of all allow him to go there, and finally he went there, and he was the first monk from India to have gone to America. So these are all very historic things, and when Swamiji spoke there, he began his talk by uttering 5 words, sisters and brothers of America. And these words, it brought in a complete electrifying effect in the people sitting there. Because it was addressed with complete heart, a complete feeling that sisters and brothers of America, that all of you we are all one. We are all part of a great reality, a spiritual reality. Though we have kind of separated ourselves from each other on various misunderstandings and wrong ideas, but essentially we are all one. So this is what Swami Vivekananda spoke of when he uttered those 5 words, and later on he gave a number of other talks before returning to India after 4 years. And then he started the Ramakrishna mission, and all of us are here as part of that great initiative. Had Swamiji not started the Ramakrishna mission, it's a very imaginary state, we would not have joined together like we have joined here together, and carried on his message of man-making, of spiritual awakening and of service to others. And this he had thought of. When he went to America, he saw how people organized themselves. He was deeply impressed by the way people organized and did things there. So he said we should have a similar organization here in India. That is how the Ramakrishna mission was formed, and here we are in Mangalore, this branch which is almost 75 years plus old here, whereas the Ramakrishna mission itself has got several branches and is around 127 years now. Different parts of India and beyond Indian borders, in different around 26 countries there are centers. So we are here today to discuss about Shraddha. So that's the subject of the seminar itself. Shraddha, you have all heard the word Shraddha. This morning when Captain Ganesh Karnik spoke about it, he said Shraddha is commitment to passion. It's great commitment, which is true. Let us add something more to the meaning by our understanding. The word Shraddha is often used in our scriptures. It is used in the Bhagavad Gita, it is used in the Upanishads. In the Upanishad, one Rishi tells a student Shraddhasva, Saumya, Shraddhasva. Have Shraddha, O calm looking person. Shraddhasva, have Shraddha. Again, in the Bhagavad Gita, we have Shraddhavan labate jnanam. Another place, Lord Krishna says, Yo yat Shraddhassa eva saha. As is one's Shraddha, so he is. Or Sattvanurupi bhavato Shraddha. As is your mind, so is the your type of Shraddha that you develop. So what is this Shraddha? Have you thought of this word Shraddha? We often translate into English and say it is faith. But that's not the Indian tradition, to restrict it only to faith. Think of it, Shraddha. You might have seen your mother or father or some elderly person at home, sometimes younger people also, but generally elderly people will have more of it, going to their place of worship with so much of Shraddha. When they respect, somebody comes at home, or when they hear something, they say, we are doing it with Shraddha. What is this Shraddha? There obviously it is not just faith, more than something, it is respect. So you give respect to a place, a tradition, a practice. So you give respect because you have faith in that. So you have now got two words, two meanings added to this word. Shraddha, which has got the faith component and also respect component. What is respect? Giving space to somebody. Recognizing his or her uniqueness or uniqueness of something. It's not that Shraddha is only for the elders. Of course we have to have it. It is also for a young little baby who has gone to school. You have Shraddha on him also or her also. Yes, this child will grow up. I need not treat him, chik magu anta haage he'll grow up. Today he looks like a little baby. Tomorrow he may grow up and become a very capable person. If he takes care of all that is given to him, he gets right education, guidance, and he develops into a mighty personality. He might become a great leader in some field of life. Not just politicians are leaders. You are leader in different fields of life. You become a leader by thinking what you can do for others and keeping all the obstacles aside. So he'll become a leader or a writer or a philosopher, or an extremely good unselfish person. He may have any profession. He may be an engineer, or he may be a doctor, he may be an accountant, he may be expert in environmental sciences, anything, and he can become so much more than that. Point is, we should see that potential in him. So in order to see the potential, you must have Shraddha. I have Shraddha in the little baby, a little boy, a little girl. They will grow. We trust him. We trust his inner capacity, just like you have got a seed. In that seed, can you say that the little banyan seed is in your hand, which is not even the tip of your finger? It is so small, it will become such a huge tree. Nobody had ever thought of it. But those who know how the plants grow, they know, yes, there is a hidden tree in that. So you should have Shraddha. Shraddha in an object. We generally use the word Shraddha to mean Shatadharane. In Sanskrit it means Shatadharane. Shata means Satya, truth. Dharane. Dharane means you should have a capacity to accept and make it part of your system. You conceive it, Shatadharane. Ability to accept and to conceive and to hold on to truth is called Shraddha in its Sanskrit form. In its practical form, it means faith, it means respect, it means also an amount of courage. When I believe into a small child that he should grow up and become something, it requires certain amount of fearlessness. Although he may look like, he is too small, his intellect is also not expanded, he also is speaking, he is behaving in a way which is not a very grown-up person should do. But I don't give it up. I say, no, he will grow up. So I've got faith in that. I've got Shraddha in the little child's capacity. Now, let us understand this Shraddha further by citing a story. Those who have known Vedanta, they know this story. Now, what is Vedanta? Vedanta is Vedasya Anta. Anta means the very essence, the core teaching of the Vedas. What is Vedas here? Vedas means that knowledge which has come to us from thousands of years. What is the core teaching? There are other things in the Vedas. We are not going to bother about that. We are talking only of the core teaching. What is the core teaching? The core teaching of Vedanta is that in each one of us there is a divine potential. Each soul is potentially divine. And how to manifest that divinity is the whole purpose of life. That is the core teaching of Vedanta. Now, in Vedanta, those who have read Vedanta, the Upanishads or the books on Vedanta, such books are called Prakarana Granthas, books on Vedanta. Prakarana means taking up a particular subject of the issue and discussing that. There is a Upanishad, one of the very important texts of Vedanta. It's called the Kathopanishad. In the Kathopanishad, there is a story. Actually, the very context of the Upanishad begins with a story. That's a story about what is Shraddha. The story is told of a person who wanted to do one yaga, one yajna, that fight, lighting the fire and putting something in that. And with that he is to offer his everything. Along with that, certain sankalpas are there, certain resolutions, that I will do this also, I will do this also. As part of the yajna, he is to do dana also. So as part of the dana, he is supposed to give up everything. That is a type of yajna. The yajna which that gentleman was doing, that rishi was doing, which required that you should give up everything. But this man, although he said he will do that yajna, he had declared it to others, there was some attachment inside his heart to the objects which he had. Especially to his own son, he had a lot of attachment. So he started keeping some good cows aside and started giving away those cows which do not give milk or give very little milk. And very unlikely that those cows will become mothers also. Very unlikely that the cows will live for long. So something which you really don't require, you give away. That is not the spirit of a dana. Dana is when you give it wholeheartedly, because the other person will benefit from that. So as this was happening, he had a little son. His name was Nachiketa. In Nachiketa, the Upanishad says, Shraddha Vivesha. Shraddha entered. Which means the power of Shraddha somewhere got awakened in him. In all of us there is this power. But not everybody has experienced its awakening. We have the power of Shraddha. When we are born not only with all the limbs, if we are normal human beings, with all the systems in our body. There are doctors, they understand what I am saying, that we have the normal human body with which we are born. What a great blessing it is. But human beings are not just that. Though they are a body, we own a body, we all know our physical frame. But something else also we are born with. What is that something else we are born with? We are born with certain powers. For instance, when you were a little baby, you started speaking. That is a power, learning to speak. There is a brain center which tells you how to absorb words and how do you give it out, which is also a great thing. You can all speak. So that is the power of speaking. Later on you discover this power of speaking is also something like a fire. You can use it for good things, or it can burn you off also. You all know in your interpersonal relationships, some small word here and there, one small inattentive comment about something may spoil your relationship. So you learn the power of words. Tremendous is this power of words. How it can change, how it can take a whole family or a whole group or a whole society on the right direction or on the wrong direction. It's the power of speech. But then there is another few powers are there in us. We have the power of Shraddha. That's what I am trying to refer to. What is this power of Shraddha? Have we developed it? Generally, little children will have a lot of faith. You must have seen, all of us have experienced it. Mother says, so and so is your mama. That's all. And so is your chikkamma. Yes, mother is there, she is there. But over. No questioning is done there. And for the rest of your life, he is your mama and she is your chikkamma, whatever. So we have that faith in us, which means our mind is filled with certain positivity. But as we grow, as we not really evolve, but as we grow in number of years, we begin to question. Questioning is good. But in the process, we become negative also in the process of questioning. We see good things and we say, what is there? What is there? This loss of respect, this loss of inner focus, that is very dangerous. And that is what we all suffer from when it comes to the idea of Shraddha. Let us illustrate this further. So there is somebody who has heard in a classroom the harmful effects of smoking. So he has very respectfully heard it. Very good. So he comes out. His teacher goes to maybe canteen. When he returns, this boy or girl has already opened a cigarette, because he has heard it respectfully but doesn't believe in it. Respectfully I heard it. When the teacher happens to return from the canteen, you very respectfully say, good morning, sir. Because you are part of a society, you have to greet others, but you really don't believe his words, but you respect him. Whereas there's another gentleman who goes for getting his beard shaved for the first time with the help of he is accompanied by his little son in a village. Not that he is having for the first time, he is shaving, that little child is seeing for the first time. And the child sees that father has sat down on a small chair, or sometimes, they'll have Italian shaving, which means they'll keep one itige, adar mele kutkondu madodu, the Italian. So he starts putting the leather, and he takes out his big thing and starts making it sharp. And the child is alarmed. My father is sitting there and this person has taken out this razor and he's sharpening. And he says, Appa, what's happening there? Father says, keep quiet. He gets it shaven. And after the shave, he just takes out some 10 rupees and says, keep it, itkoli. That's it. And the person there, he says, sir, only 10 rupees. He says, you keep it, we'll see later. This man has got so much of belief in that barber that he's not going to cut his throat. But he doesn't really respect him. Yeah, keep it, 10 is sufficient for you. Can we take this idea of belief and that of respect together? Then Shraddha is born in us. We develop that power within us. And then this little boy whose story I was narrating, he develops that power. So what happens when that power comes in you? It brings in tremendous positivity in you. He thinks of it. He goes to his father and says, Father, you are giving away things like that. I am also your object. I am your son. So whom are you going to give me to? Because I am your property. So father says, this boy, he thinks in his mind he is a prattle, child's prattle. We need not pay attention to him. So after one, he doesn't reply. Second time, third time. When the third time he says, then father kind of loses his temper and says, Mrityave dadamyaham, I give you to Mrityu. Simple meaning is you go to Yamaloka, to the abode of god of death, which means you die. Will any father say that? So the father immediately become very reflective. He'll say, Arey, why did I say this? What did I tell my little child? Go to Yamaloka. And the child on the other side is also reflecting. He says, why did my father become so angry? He says, Bahuna memi pratamaha, Bahuna memi madhyama. I may be among many, I am first. In some, I am little mediocre. I am definitely not completely useless that somebody should ask me, you are not worth living. I have something in me, because Shraddha is awakened in him. That power of faith, Shraddha, plus respect, plus that courage, yes, I can do it, that has awakened in him. And that awakening makes him think like that. And when father kind of wants to take his words back, the child says, don't take your words back. Sasyamiva jayate, sasyamiva pachyante. This word is like that. It is born, it goes. Nothing in this word is permanent. So we should not give up our faith, our Shraddha in truth. You said that I should go to Yamaloka, I will go. So father has no other way. And the story goes that he goes to the Yamaloka. Because he had questioned his father, and father had spoken in a fit of anger, and he went to the abode of death. But when he goes there, the story says Yamaraja was out of station, as it might happen when you go to meet somebody. It was out of station. For 3 days he had to wait. He said, I will not enter until he returns. Now he is a pure, very learned boy. He is sitting there. So somebody in the palace says, if such a person sits here, and if he becomes angry, it will actually burn the whole Yamaloka itself. So as soon as Yamaraja returns, the story says, he is advised by his minister, sir, such and such boy is waiting for you for last 3 nights, 3 days. Please go and attend to him. If he becomes angry, unnecessary, we will all suffer. Immediately Yamaraja goes there with flowers, water, whatever things, and says, please, I was not there, I'm very sorry that you had to wait for so long. In lieu of those 3 days of waiting, I'll give you 3 boons, 3 varas. And the first vara, Yamaraja says, Nachiketa agrees to that, and the first vara which Nachiketa asks is that, sir, you have been very kind, tathastu. The second one, it's a very detailed description about some ritual which he asks, about how to go to heaven. Now, heaven is a word which is differently used and understood by different people, but in our culture we understand heaven is a temporary place. There is something higher than the heaven where there is no coming and going, it is. That's called our own real self. So what is that higher place? That's called mukti. That is called freedom from all bondages. But in between is this heaven. What is heaven? Heaven is you want to enjoy things. You want to have all the enjoyments minus their darker side. For instance, if you like all the fast food, you like all the sweets, you go on eating, it will lead to a lot of physical problems. It will give you a lot of diseases. But in heaven, if you eat all that, nothing will happen. That is the idea of a heaven. That you have all the things minus their defects. So many people want to go to heaven. So a boy asks about it, and Yamaraja replies. And he is very pleased that this boy is asking with so much of attention. And the third boon that he asks is about the nature of the self. Who are we? He asks a question. He says, sir, when somebody dies, somebody will say that so and so has died, it's over. But some people say, no, after death there was something in him which has now gone to another world. It lives. So what is the truth, you tell me? Because you are the god of death, you know what's what. Who else will know better than you? Because you are the person who handles how a person dies and where to take him. So Yamaraja listens to him and says, yes, put me in spot. Because it's a very, very tough question. Have you thought of it? There are 2 types of knowledges that we have. You may say, no, there are many more types of knowledges. There is computer, there is digital, there is accountancy, there is civil, there is hundreds of courses. They're all knowledges, knowledge systems. So what is there? There are only so many types. Why you say 2? So that was the Indian way of classifying things, generalization and classification. So what was the generalization? It's a dve vidye veditavye paracha aparacha. There are 2 types of knowledge. Knowledge of the objective word, through the senses, through all the 5 senses that we have, And through also observation, through proper experiment, we learn so much about the world around us. All that you see here is because of some people have thought about it. They have thought about how to have such high roof. If somebody had not thought of that, he would have been still living in a small hut only. So like that, hundreds of things in this world have developed. And we are very grateful to those people who have given that knowledge, be they doctors or engineers or social leaders. Hundreds of people have contributed to our life's goodness, good life or good living because of such a research and such a thinking. So that is one type of knowledge. Another type of knowledge which is spoken of in the Mundaka Upanishad, I just quoted this from the Mundaka Upanishad, is the knowledge of the self. Who are we? Have you thought that question? Who am I? You will definitely tell your name. You will also tell your student course, what course you are following. You may also say, I am the son or daughter of so and so. You may also say that I am belonging to this form of religious belief. You may also say, I am a part of India or I have a citizenship of India. So these are all self-identity things that we are telling. You may also say, I like this, I don't like this. Your likes and dislikes also you will say. But is it all about the self-knowledge? This was a very profound question which was asked long back. And Nachiketa asked this question to Yamaraja. And the rest of the Upanishad is about that. So what is it that the Upanishads say? He says that each one of us is essentially not a body, not even a mind, not even our vital energy, not even our intellect, even something more than these things. How does he identify or how does he analyze that? That's a very, very remarkable study. And no one can ever say that this knowledge has been contradicted. It has been always there for thousands of years, and it is so that who we really are. And Swami Vivekananda always said that we must try to manifest the divinity within. He called education as the perfection already in man. What is education? Is a manifestation of perfection already in man. How do you manifest that perfection? Through Shraddha. He would say, Swami Vivekananda would say that the one purpose of my life is to preach this Shraddha among people. Have faith in yourself. The great Adi Shankaracharya in his Vivek Chudamani, he says, what is Shraddha? It is a sum total of all positive thoughts that you have in you. It's a sum total of all the positive thoughts. You often say, oh, this cannot be done, that cannot be done. This, wherever we say no, we are running towards Ashraddha. What can be done? What is my possibility? How I can overcome my difficulties? You go to any person's case studies if you take, you will find he has become successful because he has Shraddha. Be it a good sportsman, often it happens, sportsmen who have to work very hard, when they actually go to the field and they have to compete, suddenly Shraddha among themselves, they feel, suddenly my faith in myself has become less. Then you have to say, no, have faith in yourself. Be it sportsman, be it a writer, be it a researcher, everybody needs a positive thought. When the positive thought is not there, we develop what is known as victimhood. You know, victimhood, what to do, I can't do it. My buddhi is like that, my parents were like that, my teacher did not teach, I did. So we go on blaming others. When we stop blaming, we turn within and find out what is my role in my failure. There may be outside roles, outside factors, but what is my role? Let me find out. You have come to the path of Shraddha. You have started discovering what is it that I want, how I can change myself. Why? Because you believe in your potential. You believe in your tremendous unmanifested potential. As I mentioned about a seed, how it comes. In the seed there is a tree. Likewise, Swami Vivekananda made a very remarkable historic statement when he said that old religions say that he is an atheist who does not believe in God. But the new religion says he is an atheist who does not believe in himself. So believe in oneself, believe in one's capacities, one's potential, one's ability to, yes, I will overcome. I will one day come out of my difficulties. I will overcome my challenges is very, very essential. And this is what Swamiji says makes us real believers in the divinity within. That we should have faith in ourselves and faith in God. Otherwise, if we don't have faith in God, it also means sometimes we in faith in ourselves, we might turn into the path of arrogance. We should avoid that. We should not become arrogant. We should not become very egoistic, that yes, I have faith in myself, so I don't care for others. That cannot be. There are others. God has given them so many powers, just as He has given you. They also, if they get the right mindset, the right opportunity, they will also manifest it. So have faith. I can do it is Shraddha. I alone can do it is arrogance. We should avoid arrogance at all cost, because before the fall comes pride. Any type of fall comes the pride. You have no negative kind of a approach to Shraddha. So the power of Shraddha has to be cultivated. It has to be released from within. And just as when you release a energy, have you seen how when a dam is full, when its doors are opened, with what speed the water comes? It can just throw away even the biggest obstacle standing in front of it. Human beings can't stand before it. Even if sometimes the dam breaks, then so much of energy is released. Likewise, we have within us the power of conviction, power of Shraddha, power of respect and of courage. See, one thing about you observe about this Nachiketa story, he never spoke to his father disrespectfully. Very respectfully he goes and says, "Sir, my dear father, respectful father, you are doing this, but this is not good." He says, "Anandanam ste lokam te stam gacchati," which means this kind of a thing will take you to a loka, to an afterward, which is where there is no happiness. Ananda, there is no anandata there, there is no happiness there. So why do you do this? He has the courage to question with respect. We often think question means I should be very disrespectful. Not necessary. With this great respect, you question, you analyze, you investigate, and then you will discover there is so much of possibility in us. I would say this power of Shraddha is best applied when we start thinking that what is my role in various situations in life. Think of it. We often say, I did not study, that's why I did not do well in my exam. Why did you not study? Oh, because of external factors. You will always find, Swami Vivekananda in his Karma Yoga says, always remember, misery comes in there are two aspects of misery. One is external circumstances, second is my response to those circumstances. So how do I respond to those circumstances? If I have Shraddha, I have Shraddha in the divinity within me and in the power of the divine which is around me, I will surely overcome all my obstacles. I will overcome all the challenges that come before me, and I will discover my real potential. So these are a few thoughts that I have shared with you. Please think over them. Shraddha, Shraddha, Shraddha. In one of the, there is a Vedic Sukta, it is known as Shraddha Suktam. He says, let me have Shraddha in the morning, Shraddha in the afternoon, Shraddha in the night. Every time is Shraddha. One great thing, one warning Swami Vivekananda had given. He says, give up this national disease. He uses this word. Give up this national disease of ridiculing everything. We ridicule everything. He says it is good for nothing. We speak very lightly. We speak very, in a way which is very disrespectful. Rather, have faith in your own traditions, in your own strength, in your own possibility to manifest that divinity. These are a few thoughts. Let us pray that we may all become Shraddhavan, because Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. Thank you.
Thank you, Swamiji, for your thoughts on Shraddha, which is the ultimate glory. So thank you so much. On behalf of the gathering and Ramakrishna Math Mangaluru, we thank you for sharing your thoughts on Shraddha to the postgraduate students. Thank you so much, Swamiji. Dear friends, the next session by Shri S.N. Srinivas ji, HR Executive and Strategist, Hyderabad. So I welcome Shri S.N. Srinivas ji on the dais. Dear friends, S.N. Srinivas is an accomplished professional with an MBA from Symbiosis University, India, and Schiller International University, USA. With over 2 decades of experience in the IT and ITES industry, he has witnessed HR's transformation into a strategic partner for core business functions. Beginning his career as a training coordinator at the Intelling Group, he is currently the Senior Director of HR for the India region at Grid Dynamics India Private Limited. His experience encompasses HR operation, learning and development, performance management, and gender inclusive programs. He is known for his skill in the people engagement, networking, and stakeholder management. Outside his corporate role, Srinivas ji is a permanent faculty, a proud faculty at Swami Vivekananda Institute of Higher Education, Swami Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence, Ramakrishna Math, Hyderabad, where he has been imparting knowledge since 2004. He is also dedicated to the community service through the Satya Sai Baba Seva organizations. A member of SHRM, NHRD, NIPM, and HYSEA, he is a distinguished speaker at the various industry forums and educational institutions such as IIPM, MET, and ICFAI business schools. So, dear sir, we are so happy to have you here, and we are looking forward to hear on the topic, essential milestones on the journey to human excellence. Over to you, sir. Thank you. Till 11, so till 12:30.
Okay. Ask me to reduce the volume a little,
Okay.
because I'm a little loud. My holy pranams to the holy trio, Ma Shraddha, Devi, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, and Swami Vivekananda. My pranams to Swami Ikwananda ji, Atma Shraddhananda ji, Swami Maharaj, and the dignitaries like Karnik sir, my colleague Subhash, and the others, and the lovely students of Mangaluru. Please give yourself a big hand. Yenna students, hege idira? Chennagiriya? Awesome. So I come from Hyderabad, and this is my first visit to Mangaluru. And what an awesome place, what a beautiful place. It is so wonderful, and it is more beautiful because of people like you. I am amazed with everything. The first thing that hit me was the traffic. Hyderabad is crazy like Bangalore. Every day I travel at least about 1.5 to 2 hours. But last 2 days, in the morning when I get up, I'm just going till the gate to watch the empty roads. It's so beautiful. And believe me, this is nature. This is nature, and you people have to protect it. It is in your hands. Ramakrishna Math Mangaluru is doing a very big job. Please give a big hand to Ramakrishna Math Mangaluru for trying to protect the environment. Friends, this afternoon I would like to start about Shraddha with a small story. And the story is about The Tatas. Have you heard about Ratan Tata? Good. So why is Ratan Tata famous? What was his best invention? You got it. Who said that? Tata Nano, please stand up. Please give him a big hand. Awesome. Thank you. So it was on a rainy season like this that Ratan Tata was going to his office in Mumbai, and he saw a family of 6 people on a scooter. Now that's very common. I mean, say in India, when the motorcycle manufacturers make motorcycle for 2 people, they imagine that there will be at least 4 people on this motorcycle, comfortably. But Ratan Tata said, this is bad. Why can't we, in a country which has got a huge middle class economy, why can't we come up with a car which can be affordable to the middle class community? So he went to his office, called the best of his people, and told them that I have a plan. I want us to invent a car which will cost less than a lakh of rupees, which a middle class person can afford. And he said that, let us meet after 15 days of your study. So after 15 days, the entire board and the steering committee met, and then everybody had a turn in the table, and everybody discussed and told Ratan Tata, this is impossible. We cannot make a car which will cost less than 1 lakh rupees. Ratan Tata patiently heard each one of them, and then finally he said, now that each one of you had your own very sound and strong reasons that we cannot make a car in less than 1 lakh rupees, I want you to go back to your offices. I'm going to give you 1 more month's time. This time from 15 days it became 1 month. And he said, you have to give me reasons how we can make a car with less than 1 lakh. After a month, everybody met. They went back to the drawing board. They continuously refined their processes. They looked at different alternatives. They brought in the Shraddha, the positive energy into the project. And believe me, the first price of Nano was not even 90,000 rupees. It was somewhere close to 72,000 rupees. And that is how they succeeded. So friends, nothing is impossible. Even the word impossible says, I am possible, right? So today I'm going to talk to you about 3 different circles. The first circle is your circle of control. Now what is circle of control? Each one of us as students, we have certain attributes. What are our attributes? We got to be studious, we got to be punctual, we got to be disciplined, we got to be people who are obedient, we got to be loyal. So are these things in your control? Yes, no. Can you come to any meeting or can you go to your classes on time? Is it in your hands? Yes or no? Or does it depend on the Mangalore buses? Does it depend on you or does it depend on the public service? It depends on you. The public service can be delayed, but if you know that every day the bus is going to come late, you got to start early, right? So these are things which are called the circle of control. Now what does Shraddha say? Shraddha says that look at all the positive things that you have got in yourself. Maybe you are a person who is really focused. Maybe you are a person who tries to be disciplined. Maybe you are a person who is helpful. So these are some of the things that you have within your control and you need to be really, really good at it. But Along with the good comes the not so good. So maybe some of the characteristics that you have are, you are addicted to the Instas, the Reels, the Snapchats. Am I right or wrong? Yes? And you know that you are losing away a lot of time. It is draining out your energy. It is taking away the time where you need to be focusing on your studies. Instead of that, you have something right next to you. I want you people to go back to your school days when you didn't have this instrument in your hands. Look at the marks and look at the marks now. Go home and do this exercise. And if you see the graph is going up, then you are using this phone in the right way. But if you see that you scored in your 7th class 100 marks in mathematics, in your 8th class about 90, in your 10th class about 70, and by the time you came to graduation it was around 60, then that is the influence of phone. The circle of control says this is a device which can be kept aside by you. It is in your hands. And that is an area of improvement. So you need to identify what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, and then you have to improve upon them. Once you do this, the next stage is your goal setting exercise. Now I know that a lot of students over here are pursuing their MBA. Am I right? Right. So MBA with what? Finance? How many of you are pursuing in finance? Quite a few. MBA in HR? Good. Any other MBA? Marketing. So how many of you love marketing? How many of you love traveling? Good. Then why didn't you join marketing? Marketing actually needs people who love traveling. I have a question to people who are doing MBA finance. How many people hate numbers? This is a common question that I ask in engineering colleges. I ask them how many of them are doing computer science. At least about 50 to 60% of them get up. And then I ask them how many of you love programming, continue to stand, the rest can sit, only a handful of people stand. Friends, if you are not going to like what you are doing, you are going to be a failure in whatever you have chosen. The only qualification a HR professional needs to have is love for people. If you like people, if you have relationships, if you care for people, if you have empathy, if you feel that you can get into his shoes and help him, you are a right person for HR. Similarly, if you are a person who loves number crunching, you like working on Excel, you like doing those pivot tables, you like putting up the dashboards, you like giving the management information systems, you are the right person for MBA Finance. And if you are a person who loves traveling, seeing different places, trying to sell a product, trying to give the idea, becoming a brand ambassador for a particular product, then you are a person meant for marketing. So the first thing that I would like each one of you to do is try and identify what is your strength. And if it is too late, where you have already chosen your field, start loving it. There are so many times where we take certain things up, even though we don't like it, but then we slowly develop a taste for it. How many of you first heard a song and you didn't like it, but after few times and your friends are also listening to the same song, then you start liking it? Yes, no? Right? So that is very, very common. So when you start liking something, you always pick it up, and then you become passionate about it. I want you people to do those things, to become successful in whatever you are doing in your MBA. So here is your circle of control where you get into your goal setting exercise. So I want you people to think, what is it that you need to do for the 5 years, 10 years and 15 years? Now that will help you to actually pave a way. Nothing can be done in a haphazard way. Nothing can be done in an ad hoc manner. You got to be planning yourself. A person who fails to plan is planning for failure. Is that clear? Okay, so I want you to plan, I want you to execute it, I want you people to write it and keep it somewhere in your room where you are looking at it every day. And that is going to remind you what your goal is 5 years down the line and 10 years down the line. And I'm telling you, you will achieve it. You will definitely achieve it, provided you make a commitment to yourself, because that is within the circle of control. The second circle is your circle of influence. So when you realize that there are certain things which you are not so good at, what do? Let us say that you are not so good at statistics. Is statistics a subject in MBA? Yes. So let us say that you are not so good at statistics. Or somebody doesn't like economics. How many of you don't like economics? Oh, wonderful. All are my friends. But economics is such an interesting subject, friends. Had economics not been there, today most of the businesses would have failed. Right? So start developing that interest. So when you are not so good at something, you need to pick it up. You need to learn. You need to put that extra effort. You need to identify another friend of yours who finds that subject very, very easy. Sit with that friend. Start learning. Go to YouTube. There are people who are taking sessions from wonderful universities free of cost. Free of cost. Now I want you people to use the mobile phone for such purposes. Not just let me also ask you, you click so many pictures in a day, how many times have you revisited a picture that you clicked last year? I see only very few hands, right? Has it given you any thrill? So friends, use it, but use it in the right way. So I want you to plan, I want you to learn, I want you to develop. Now that is the second circle, which is called the circle of influence. Now once you learn it, what do? You identify somebody else who's not so good and help that person to come up. It gives you a sense of achievement. It gives you a sense of feeling. It gives you a sense of pride to help somebody who's not so good in the subject. Go to the board, try and explain it to your friends. It builds your confidence. Because in interviews, now every day as an HR professional, I do at least about 3 to 4 interviews. And in my 36 years of life, I must have done some thousands of interviews. When we do the interviews, we don't look at only your technical skills. We look at your attitude. We look at what is it that you are good at. We look at what is it that you are adaptable with. We look at how quickly you can pick up something. I'll give you a simple analogy. How many of you know how to ride a two-wheeler? Wonderful. Which is the two-wheeler which is the most popular in Mangaluru? Activa. So suppose it is not Activa and I give you an TVS 125 Access. Can you drive it? It's simple. So the moment you learn the fundamentals, you can navigate into anything else. So the moment you are good at your subject and you have the right attitude, you can learn anything. Friends, technology and things are changing at such a fast pace, it is impossible to catch up. But you need to be adaptable. You need to be the person who can willingly take up that change and see to it that you become a success with the changed scenario. So we see all these things when we interview students like you. We don't just see your marks. We don't hire if somebody's got 100 out of 100. I'm sorry. In my own personal experience, a person who has got more than 80%, 90%, but has got very low on the character and on the attitude has never made it through an interview. So that's your circle of influence. So you got to start influencing your friends, your parents, everybody else with the positive attributes that you're going to get. And the third circle is nothing but what Swami Vivekananda says, which is written over here. Atmano mokshartha jagat hitaya, which means that whatever you learn by yourself, use it for the betterment of the world. Now friends, again, today we are a global village. There was a time when IT industry alone used to work with people from different countries. Today it's not the case. Especially post-COVID, the time has come where, every industry is working with somebody else from a different country. And what is needed? A person who might be working on a project might be from Malaysia, another person from Africa, a third person who is actually heading the project sitting in the US, and you in India. But there is something in common which binds all of you. What is it? What is it that can bring you together? Your communication. And what is that? Which language is it? English. So if you know that your English is not so good, you need to improve upon it. You need to pick that up. But there is an opportunity for you to let the people know about the rich culture that we have got in this country. Swami Vivekananda has laid the rules of how this country can be a spiritual leader. What is it that we can show the world in a positive way? What is it that the people can attain by having certain characteristics in them? Now that is what we want you people to do in the larger interest. And friends, let me also tell you, out of the hundreds of students who are there in your college, only a few of you have come over here. Maybe some of you have come by force, and maybe some of you have come out of your own interest. Whoever it is, please mark this day. It is going to be a historic day in your, memory or your journey, because the day of transformation has begun today. Please give yourself a big hand. It has not been easy. It has not been easy. Maybe you were thinking, maybe you were deliberating, maybe you felt that it is too far away, maybe you felt that it might rain. But keeping all those reasons aside, you made it a point to come over here and attend this session. You have made a difference for yourself. Already the achievement has started. You are on the right track. Continue on this journey. Continue to be positive. Continue to learn. And continue to have faith in whatever you do. And last but not the least, believe in the divine, and there is a superpower that is guiding us all the time. You can name it anything. You can name it, Lord Rama, Krishna, Vinayaka. You can give any name to him. It could be any Devi, like Mangala Devi. But surrender completely to them. Put everything that you have as your faith and Shraddha in them, and they will show you the way. But yes, it definitely needs the first step from your side. And that first step has already started today. Continue with this journey. Please continue to come to Ramakrishna Mutt. There are such wonderful programs that keep happening because this is a land of miracles and a positive energy which I have seen for the last 20 plus years, and believe me, it brings transformation in people. And I have seen people get transformed within the program within 2 hours. Right? So I wish you all the very best. Hearty congratulations on making this transformation. Mangalore is wonderful. God bless you all. Namaste.
Thank you so much to Shri S.N. Srinivas ji, the HR executive and the strategist, Hyderabad, for giving a topic on the essential milestones on the journey to the human excellence. Thank you so much, sir, for addressing the students. So we request you to join us for the panel discussion. So we'll be ready within 2-3 minutes. Okay, so thank you so much. Yes, please. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Okay. Dear friends, so we are coming to the last session of the day. That is a panel discussion. It will be going to be very interesting. So where the structure is very beautiful. The first we will be having 2 panelists, 3 panelists with us. Along with Srinivas sir, Shri Stephen Pinto, lead HR MRPL Mangaluru will be joining. And Shri Subhash HJ, mental health educator, Nimans, Bangalore. So 3 of them will be in the panel, and I will be moderating the panel discussion. And after this, the topic for the panel discussion will be empowering you all, the postgraduate students and the few of undergraduate students also here, with a holistic education and human excellence. So many of you will be surprised that, or maybe unaware that, what is human excellence is all about. So I'll give you a short note on human excellence till the stage get ready. It is said by Pujya Swami Ranganathanandaji Maharaj. He was a president of Ramakrishna order earlier. He said so beautifully in his book, a short book which is available in our bookstall, that is, human excellence refers to the highest expression of human potential that transcends cultural, religious or regional boundaries. It embodies qualities such as wisdom, compassion, integrity, creativity and a balanced approach to life. Unlikely narrow definition of excellence that focus on a specific domains or culture, human excellence encompasses the harmonization, integration of diverse quality and strength. Swami Vivekananda exemplified this concept by merging the best of East and the West philosophies, demonstrating that true excellence arises from embracing a holistic approach. So, you will be very curious to know the very essentials of human excellence that includes character building, balanced development, holistic education, synthesis of culture, where combining the best aspects of different cultures and philosophies, equilibrium, the 4th one will be the equilibrium and the modernization, striking a balance between the various aspects of life such as action and contemplation, science and spirituality. That will be the 4th one. 5th one will be the work efficiency, no need to explain. The 6th one will be empathy and humanism. Then the 7th one will be continuous growth. These are all the qualities, the essential ingredients of human excellence. So we are all in the education institution where we are heading ourselves towards institution. Shikshana samstheyinda navella industry kadege hogta iddivi. What is missing anta helidre, that is the values. And along with the values in broader concept, that is human excellence. Naale obru resource person barta idare, not as a chief guest, the guest barta idare, avaru ondu samsthe nadista idare. Is having a 250 employees. It's company called Codecraft. I went to give an invitation to him to invite for tomorrow's program for undergraduates, ಈ ಮೇಧ ಅಂತ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ನಾಳೆ. ಆಗ ಒಂದು ಮಾತು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಸರ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಹೇಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದೆ. ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಹೇಗಿದೆ, ಹೌ ಈಸ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ನಾವು, ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಬೇಕು, ವೆರಿ ಶಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸರ್ ನಮ್ಮದು ತುಂಬ ಸ್ಲೋ ಫೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ವಾಟ್ ದಟ್ ಸ್ಲೋ ಫೇಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್, ದ ಜರ್ಮನ್ ಕಂಪನಿಲಿ ಟಾಪ್ ಜರ್ಮನ್ ಕಂಪನೀಸ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ದ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡೆಡ್ ಲಕ್ಸುರಿಯಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅವರು ಈಗ ಟಾಪ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟಿವ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಲೇಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿಡಿ, ಕಾಮನ್ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ಅನ್ಬಿಡಿ, ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟಿವ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಕಂಪ್ನಿಲಿ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಎಂಟ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಚಾಲೆಂಜಿಂಗ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ top executives are competing to your post also. Okay, experienced people are competing to the freshers post. What about you when you come out from the campus? There's a huge gap, that is human excellence, that I already said the 7 points. You should and you must work upon such things. Next 2 years will be little difficult. What he said is coming tomorrow, which is available on our YouTube channel. You can listen to him on tomorrow. He will be addressing between 9:30 to 10:30 about this topic as an inaugural speech of 10 minutes. So that's what we are trying to put you all here for the brainstorming session, that how to be ready for future. Okay, so can certainly, if you equip yourself, take one point of today's panel discussion or the entire session, that will be most beneficial, and we'll give some of the take homes to you at the end. So now I call upon today's panelist, Shri Stephen Pinto sir, to the dais. Please come sir and occupy your respected seat. I call Shri Srinivas ji, please come and join us. And for the panel, I also call Subhash Hejje to the panel, please. I'll take my seat also. I have few questions to Stephen sir later on, so that's why I made him to sit next to me. So near is dear, so I can bring lot of questions because he is working with lot of HR executives of Mangaluru. You may be very surprised, he is having a network of more than 150 companies HRs. Wow. Okay? Of Mangaluru region and Udupi region. Okay, all the MBA guys, please keep a ear on here. So just I'll introduce Stephen sir before we entering to the topic. Yes. Okay. So, Sri Stephen Pinto hailed from a Katil and and after completing his earlier education at Katil Institution, he joined to the School of Social Work, Roshni Nilaya, Mangalore, where he has completed his graduation. Oh, yeah. Here, students. Yes. He belongs to many institutions also. Not to, please give all the other institutions, please give a clap. Yeah. Of course, Roshni has little privilege that he belongs to you, but he belongs to all the institutions now. Of course, MRPL. So he joined to the, where he has completed his graduation in MSW and the post-graduation in, BSW and the post-graduation in MSW in specialized of PM and IR. Mr. Stephen Pinto also obtained an executive certification on the People, Analytics and Digital HR from IIM Indore. Having 14 years of passion experience in HR domain at the chemical, refinery and petrochemical industries, and he has accomplished a vast experience in people management, industrial relations, labor laws, talent management, training and OD incentives, etc. So this all comes to in your syllabus, right? Yes. Yeah. Currently, he is serving as the chairman of National Institute of Personnel Management, NIPM Mangaluru, Manipal chapter. So where they are coming up with a national conference in this month, 27th and 28th, so it's a national conference on the topic human capital. So wonderful topic on 2024 human capital. So you must attend. This will be in the Mangalore TMA Pi Convention Hall. So further, for his professional domain experience in human resource, he has been the Young HR Professional Awardee in year 2022 at the national level conference in New Delhi. Okay, please give a big round of applause. So Mr. Steven Pinto has attended various national level and international level conferences and seminars as a resource person. He is also pursuing his PhD from a School of Management, NITK, Surathkal. Okay, so we are very happy that he's still learning and improving and upgrading himself. He's a very good supporter for Ramakrishna Mission, Swatch Mangaluru Abhiyan by getting the documentation clear from the MRPL end. So thank you so much, sir, for connecting us between the institution and your company. So sir, we are very eager to listen to you. After that, we will be hearing to Subhash. For you, about 10 minutes you will be hearing, and later on we'll come back and we'll be having question and answer after Subhash's 10 minutes of presentation. So the mic will be over to you.
Namaskara. Respected Maharaji sir, respected our leader Captain Ganesh Karnik sir, the team from Ramakrishna Met and my colleague panelists, teaching faculty members, invitees, and my dear young minds, good afternoon. So why we all gathered here? For the Shraddha, yes, but out of the end of the day, what we wanted to be? Yes, we should be a human excellence. And there's a nice topic which has been coined by the organizing team is empowering postgraduate students with holistic education and human excellence. Don't you believe holistic education will be given in the academics, in the colleges? Will be given? Doubtful. The part of education and the academics is been given in the college institutions, but the holistic education should be given in such kind of conferences and seminars. Dear student fraternity, we all have account in social media. What are those? What are those accounts? Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, Twitter, yes. Any left out? So I believe every student will have all these 5 accounts, right, in social media? No. Okay, maybe someone will have. So why I wanted to quote this is like, in our 24 hours time in a day, how much time we spend on this? On an average, more than 3 hours as study says. But other hours, which we are not using for our academic interest or the research interest. Dear students, because the holistic education and human excellence which will inculcate with us by attending the conferences, participating in the deliberations, or doing the research activities in our own interest topic. So as you all know, in your society, in your location, how you all identified? How you all been identified by your name? How many of you all have been identified in your location by your name? By father's name? Many by mother's name or our relative's name. But why not by our own name? Why not by our own name? What is the reason? there's a leadership is lacking. The leadership is lacking within us, dear students. See, we have a fear. The fear should go out from us. See, as we all leaders here, because you have come here as a leaders, because you have been nominated from your institutions. Why? It may not be got a opportunity to everyone, because couple of students from the respective institutions, you have come here, you are participating in this conference because you are a leaders. See, that should be there. It is not that till how long I will be identified by my father name or by mother name or by relative name. How long? That we should question within us. Because today we are been talking about human excellence. And my HR students are here. So I'm going to ask you all HR student friends. So what is the asset for us? In an organization, when we are HR practitioners, what will be the asset for HR people, HR guys or people professionals? What is the asset for people professionals? Huh? Employees, okay? Along with the employees. See, for an organization, the machinery, the technology will be asset or the building structure. For a HR guys, for a people professionals, along with the employees, what is that? Employee skills. Employees' talents are the asset for the organization. Because you are responsible to retain your employees in your organization. When there is an attrition rate is less in the organization, that the appreciation automatically goes to the HR department. Why? Because you are a people manager, you are a people professional. So therefore I am going to ask you the question, but let the social work student should not be answer this question. So here, what do you mean by social work? Because MBA, my friends are here. What is social work? Okay, before putting that question, I just wanted to ask this forum, how many of you all participated in the activities of Ramakrishna Mission? Quite a few. So what Ramakrishna Math is more focused and most known in the Mangalore city? Swatch Bharat, right? Swatch Bharat Swachhata Abhiyan. How many of you have been participated in this campaign? Hardly few. So coming back to the same questions, dear friends, what is social work? What is social work? It is cleaning. Then what is that? How you term it as a social work? Helping people. Through what? Through giving money or check? Okay, let the term to the social work students. Helping the individual? Yes. It is been coined very nicely. It is that to help the individual to solve their problems by themselves. We are here to help the individual to solve their problems by themselves, because our role will be an enabler. Being a social work practitioner or being a HR professional or being a unique person, we are playing a role as an enabler. We are playing a role as a facilitator. So therefore, students, I call upon you, whenever Ramakrishna Math conducts the activity, they do currently on the second Sunday of every month, to clean and to make our city clean. Not that someone's city clean, no. It is our city clean. And it is a clarion call for all of you that we should participate. Because Sunday is not for us to enjoy. Yes, afternoon there is to enjoy. But the first half we should dedicate ourselves to our society. So as earlier session the sir was pointing out, the legacy to be continued, because we have a good nature, good environment today because of our past predecessors. And we are here today to give the good nature, good environment for the future generation. If we won't take care, as on today, there will not be a good nature or good environment. So dear friends, which matters again leads to the human excellence. So coming back to the again one more question to you. So what is the working hour in the industry? Okay, happy to know. Why that 8 hours? Why that is 8 hours? Why not 9 hours? Why not 7 hours? This is where we are lacking, students. Because we know the outer line of it, but we doesn't know the genesis of it. So genesis should be known. Yes, 8 hours. For what reason it is 8 hours? It is the statutory requirement. And where it has been coined, that also we should know. Then you will get a confidence within you. Otherwise you will say 8 hours. When the second question been asked, because you will not have that confidence within you. So whatever things you know, you should know thorough about it. It is not that you should know 100 things, no. You should know only 5 things, fine, but those 5 things should be thorough in it. So working hours is 8 hours, yes, which has been spelled out in the Factories Act, isn't it? All corporate student, 2 plus is 2, 4, right? There is a doubt? The similar way, same thing, the 8 hours is the Factories Act, it has been spelled out. So for the working hours. So as a student fraternity, my request is that along with your academic, you should have a holistic education development. You will have a different number of cultural associations, cultural clubs, or the academic clubs in your organization. You should participate that. So I normally tell in the institutions whenever I go, because when we have it as the government says, the skill development is the engine for economic growth. So skill development is the engine for economic growth, not as a money. Skill development, from the word skill, yes, if you remove, what will happen? It will kill, right? Then again, if you remove K, it will ill. The answer is available in word skill. So we should take a decision ourselves. We want to be a skillful youth or a skillful professional or a skillful or a illful. The decision is yours. So let us more discussion during the panel. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen sir, for giving your thoughts on the